All right. Yo, what's up, guys? I hope everybody had a good morning, a good Monday morning. I did. I did a bit of cleaning. I've been doing a lot of cleaning lately. You gotta go into the new year with everything fresh, right? You don't want to end up like Richard. You don't want to end up like Richard, where your whole year, you go in the same way you came in. You go out the same way you came in, which is just pain, suffering, uh lack of any accomplishment or any discernible change in anything in your life whatsoever. That's basically been Review Tech USA throughout 2025. He came into 2025 big boying it, acting like he didn't completely fuck his life and his YouTube career all throughout 2024. And his great revelation as we come up on big 2026 was basically, yeah, I shouldn't have deleted my channel. I wish I could bring it back. And he did. He just rebranded his channel back to Review Tech USA. We are literally exactly back where we started fucking 2 years ago now. Might as well just round it up to 2026. Malgus, thanks for the $5. RT was right about one thing. Jay did irreparable damage to his career. All he had to do was pay, but classic RTU said no, only to eventually do it. The biggest, in my opinion, the biggest blow that he did, that Jay did to Rich's career, was no longer working for him, because apparently Jay was he was really the helmsman of the Review Tech USA channel, of the Review Tech USA ship, the SS RTU. That was all Jay, apparently. Well, at least it was like 80% Jay, because as soon as he stopped working there, it died within a year, right? So he really should have just like accepted Jay's bargain, where it's like, look, dude, you can pay me less. Just let me do shit, right? I will literally handle everything, and you just have to read the script, read the articles I give you, and I'll do everything else. Rich didn't want to do that. That was too good of a bargain, right? And Rich doesn't, he has literally no long-term thinking skills whatsoever. Anyway, thanks for he became RTU and Dickers just leached off the name. Yeah, basically. Yeah, it really was just he was the dude behind the throne is the guy who was actually running the show, but for some reason Rich just decided it was too good. It was too easy. He was living life too much on easy mode. Harges, hey, what's up, brother? Thank you for the 40. I'm pretty sure that's rubies. Mike, there is Count Dank defense during MTG Saga. Oh, I know. There will be a leftover. There will be a leftover quartering stream. It probably will be. It might actually be tomorrow, right? Because I have a stream idea I want to do before the end of the year, which is only in like, I only got 2 days after today, right? So I'm gonna have to get to it. So it'll either be tomorrow or the day after. We'll do the leftover quartering stream, and we'll just go over some stuff. I could actually do multiple leftover quartering stuff streams, honestly. Kimono Theater, thanks for the $5. Look up the song "The Alphabet of My Poo," songs in the Kia CWC. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I love his parody songs. They're great. It's a great song about the quartering. Yeah, thanks for the $5. Sorry about my voice. I came down with a bit of a cold, and it's mostly gone, but it left my throat fucked up. Thankfully, I do narration for my videos pretty early on. Basically, as soon as I finish the script, I narrate after that, so I didn't have to worry about getting sick and it fucking up the whatever. I got some tea on deck. Don't worry, we'll be fine. I got some tea and cough drops on deck. I'll make it. Anyway, I wanted to get to Rich because I wanted to talk about the things we're going to talk about earlier, right? I wanted to get to Rich earlier, but I was very busy with multiple things over the holidays, and I had to finish that quartering video before the end of the year. I really wanted to put it out before Christmas, or I really wanted to put it out either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I was late. I still don't regret saying I was going to have it out by Christmas because I probably wouldn't have had it out by the 28th if I had said it at a later date. So it's actually, I think it's a good thing. I think it's in my best interest to, put things, say I'm going to put something at a way earlier date, then I probably can get it out because then I work hard to put it out on that date and I end up like it in the deadline, missing that deadline still results in me putting it out earlier than if I would have given myself more time from the get-go. So, I was busy with that. So I couldn't get to the Review Tech USA shenanigans, but we're here. We're going to get at them one more time. One more time before the year ends. We're going to get at Rich's fat ass because this year has really solidified it for me that he will never learn. He's just like his daddy Philip, the man that he loves, the man he had his climax face permanently etched into his skin. He loves this man, and he's just like this man in a lot of ways that he doesn't seem to realize. He lacks the self-awareness to understand how much he truly is like Phil. Malgus, thanks for the $5 again. He mocks people like Worski and Tate, but lost after he dodged the quarter pounder after he realized how short he really is, but acts tough online. It wasn't even that he realized that he was short, right? I don't even know if he was aware of how tall Jeremy was. I really do think it was just a case of Rich. It was really just a case of Rich after he found out that Jeremy was taking it seriously and that he really was gonna train, and he went to train with Sam Hyde and shit, and he was really putting that work in. Rich immediately chickened out because he's like, oh, he probably hoped that here's what he probably wanted. Rich probably hoped that Jeremy was gonna be the one who was gonna chicken out, right? He thought that they were in a game of brinksmanship, right? Like they were both saber rattling at each other and that they were trying to get the other person to back off first. And once he realized that Jeremy actually was, no, I'm going to get, I'm going to get into the ring and I'm going to beat this fat boy's ass, right? He's also a fat boy, but he wears it better because he has this giant frame, right? Fucking 6'5", wide shoulder ass. He would have been an amazing linebacker if he was ever into football instead of, nerd shit like Magic the Gathering and RC cars and shit like that, which are cool hobbies, but. But anyway, he took it seriously, and Rich is like, "Oh my god, I don't actually want to fight anybody," because as we're gonna see with another clip we're gonna get to, Rich is absolutely chicken shit. I mean, we know he's chicken shit because he literally chickened out of a confrontation from a Zoomer girl, a girl in her early 20s in a chicken costume, right? He got a gun, called the police on her multiple times because of that, right? Like he thought something was gonna pop off, but he still tries to do the internet tough guy shit. At least going back in time to Tonka Saw and shit like that. A lot of you guys know, a lot of you probably don't know. This probably I'm gonna I don't know. I really need to go ahead and while I was making the quartering video, it really occurred to me how much I really do need to make that skeptic video because there's just too much. There's too much miscellaneous lore that I had to reference during the quartering video. That damn, dude, I wish that I had a solid documentary of this shit that other people can watch. So that way, when I reference it in future videos, you guys already know, right? It's like with shit. Maybe I still do have a head cold. Goddamn. It's like with Ralph, right? You guys all know a lot of you guys who weren't familiar with Ralph, you guys know about Ralph now because I've talked about him multiple times, and I made that documentary about him and his baby mama's daddy drama arc, right? So you guys have that little reference that you got when I bring Ralph on in other videos and shit, you know who he is. That and the Nick Fuentes documentary, we had a whole Ralph segment there too, right? I need to kind of do that for the skeptics so you guys know. So a lot of you guys who aren't really familiar with Sargon, with Shoe on Head, with Warski, you know, back in the day, you know, like old Warski, old man Forrest Gumpski. So you guys actually know about all that lore and shit. All right, holy shit. Mighty Pingus 2108. Thanks for the $20, buddy. Great new documentary, Mikey. Ham Planet seething for sure. Glad you stream in the morning. Helps me with my 10-hour welding shift. Holy shit, bro. Welding, that's some real shit, dude. Which poo pants Hambly is too weak to do. Keep up the great work, Negro. No problem, brother. I plan to go hard in 2026. Long and hard. Soulfin Ninja 0552, thanks for the $2. That video on the quartering was another banger. Thank you. And I appreciate every donation. $2, $1, 99 cents. I don't know if you can go that low. I remember watching this video. Yeah, I was watching this video by X Mortis, one of my favorite DSP detractors. I'm sorry about the coughs. You know, I kind of can't help it. I'm, you know, coughing a little bit this stream, but I was watching it. That video he made about Phil getting ghosted by Wings of Redemption. And one thing that Wings said that kind of pissed me off was he's like, I kind of don't even feel like reading super chats under $5 because it's not even worth it. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean, bro? I don't understand. I could understand if you were getting thousands of viewers and you were getting like so many super chats that you were having to break up the flow of the stream every couple seconds, maybe every minute or two. But come on, dude. What do you mean? Reading super chats is so fucking easy. Plus, you know, they can give you something interesting to talk about. So I don't understand that. So I appreciate the stream. But anyway, it's like during the Tonka Saw shit, where Tonka Saw also he also thought that they were playing a game of brinkmanship with Warski, and that Warski was eventually going to chicken shit out of it. And then when he found out that no, Andy Worski is actually training, he's actually gonna get in the cage and do some MMA shit, even if he does get his ass beat. You know, it's like Salt Poppy, put that nigga to sleep. He put Worski to sleep in record time. I still think is that still the fastest knockout in Misfits history? Worski versus Salt Poppy, right? But still, he got into the ring. You know, he ain't no bitch. He was ready and Tankasa was not, so he chickened out and he was done. But at least with Tankasa had the self-awareness to never try and do the internet tough guy shit again after that. He never did it again. Rich still does the internet tough guy shit, even though he ran away from the quartering. He called the cops and got a gun just because he literally like just because Grace Thorpe said she was gonna come to his house after he invited her there, right? And also he chickened out of having a one-on-one confrontation with Ames, and he's still like, you'll never say that to my face. Nigga, you are not tough. Everybody knows you are not tough. Stop doing that. Neon F Grays, thank you for the €2. Loved your 1.5 roasting of the quarter pounder. All right, thank you, bro. Didn't he threaten Keemstar recently also? Yes. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what he plans to threaten Keemstar with. Because again, he can't really threaten Keemstar physically. I think, how tall is Keemstar? Is he like 5'8", 5'9"? Maybe. That make him and Rich the same height. And Keemstar actually works out. So, you know, he's not like a combat fighter or anything, but he could probably take Rich. He could probably just like run circles around Rich until Rich tires out, and then he can like just kick him in his legs or some shit. And just he can just beat him in a battle of attrition. He can't beat Keem with money, right? Like he doesn't have like he can't beat Keem legally. He's not gonna bring him to court. Keem would fucking rape Rich to court. Rich doesn't have the money to battle Keem in court, and he definitely can't like fight Keem with in terms of content. Lolcow Live ain't doing that great. It's like it's not in its golden age or whatever anymore. But it still like does circles. It's fucking doing tricks around whatever the fuck Rich is doing over at Rich Tomorrow. Or I guess it's ReviewTechUSA again now. Anyway, getting back to this. we're not gonna watch this whole thing. Again, we love the clip channels. Thank you, Review Clips USA. We're gonna watch this real quick of Review Tech USA eating like an ogre on the eve of Christmas, I think it was. Yes, it was the eve of Christmas. Corruption Point, thank you for the $2. Not interested in quartering, but I love RTU stuff. Well, hey, I'm glad to give you what you want.
That is, I don't know. Let me make sure I could see what you're saying. That is a large food bag, yeah. This is some kind of... Does anyone know what the fuck this is? I'm gonna bite it.
Why are you eating something you don't know where did you get this food from? I don't know what this, does anybody know what the fuck this is? And then he just eats it. Where did you get it from? Did somebody buy it for you? Like, did you just pick up a bag, a brown bag with no branding of miscellaneous food items? You didn't even know what's in them? You don't even know what you're putting in your body, bro.
Like furry? Rice?
Yeah, DoorDash. He paid some random DoorDasher to just bring him some bullshit. Just, I don't care, man. Just anything. Just pick up anything and bring it to me, please.
It's like a curry rice egg roll. Okay.
Curry rice egg roll. That's he said he didn't know what the fuck it was, but then he bit into it, and then he could tell all of its components. That's when you know you're fat, right? You know you're fat when either you're fat or you're like a gourmet chef or food taster or something, when you can just bite into something and you can start individually telling what components made it up. And it's like, it tastes like a curry, a little bit of fried rice, a little bit of teriyaki sauce in there, maybe. No, that's grilled. That's not fried. No, I can tell.
Pretty good. I don't know what the sauce is. I'm gonna try.
He doesn't know what the sauce is either. Can you hold on?
I don't know what the sauce is.
Is that green? What the fuck is that? What is that? Guacamole? Like what is that green sauce? He just has this brown bag with all these mysterious food items. He doesn't know what the fuck they are.
I'm gonna try it. I'll eat one of these. These things are fucking pretty fucking good. Yeah, if you put like curry rice in an egg roll, that's the best. That's it. That's literally exactly what it tastes like. So if it sounds good to you, you'll like it. If it doesn't, well, you know exactly what it tastes like.
I thought he was gonna take a bite. I thought he was gonna take just like...
You know exactly what it tastes like.
See, here's what I thought. I thought he was just gonna like take a nibble. Like he was just gonna just bite off a chunk, maybe half of it. He puts the whole thing in there, bro.
Whoa.
Oh my God, his chewing. It's not just... He's got those... This is professional fat nigga eating moments right here, right? This is how... You ever wonder, right? You look at like a fat person. You look at a morbidly obese... Again, not, not shitting on any of the big boys in my chat. You guys are different. You aren't like this fucking ogre, this behemoth, this bridge troll we're talking about, right? But I'm just saying, you ever see somebody, you're wondering, how does that person just like eat? How does that person consume food? Because like you're wondering, what could they possibly, how many portion sizes can they have? It's because they eat like this, right? It's because...
You know exactly what it tastes like.
It's because they just put whole foods. They eat like what would be one serving for like a thin person. They just take it and they put the whole thing inside their mouth and they eat it in like 2 or 3 bites. And then they just move on. That's how they can eat 4 or 5 meals a day. 4 or 5 meals so that they eat what the average person eats like 3 or 4 times a day because they just it's like they're like speed running their meals. Corruption Point, thanks for the $5. RTU built like an obese toddler. Where does this tough guy act come from? Very good point. Mr. Lolcow, thanks for the $5. The worst part, in my opinion, is the consistent lies that RTU spews. But if you mention factual information about him, it's always out of context. Suffer, RTU, suffer. Yeah, he's just like Phil. He's literally just like Phil, where he says, no matter what you bring up, he'll always say it was out of context or they're misrepresenting me, which is exactly what Phil says, right? It's like, dude, you are too well documented. We have so much video evidence and screenshots of the things that we say about you to be lying about you. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to lie about somebody whose nonsense is as well documented as yours is.
Whoa. It's a green ass sauce and it tastes like cucumber.
Of course it tastes. Of course he has cucumber dipping sauce.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good according to the guy. It's pretty good. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys because here's something I thought this was a good idea. And I'm surprised that Rich has never considered doing this ever. Is I feel like this content he just watched, this fucking disgusting, gluttonous, ogre-like eating act ritual we just saw would make better ASMR content than Tech 25 ASMR. See, Tech 25 ASMR, I feel like that could work if it was done by a woman with a very if it was done by a woman with a very sexy voice. I can see that. I can see a bunch of nerds cooming and gooning to themselves over some woman like reviewing the latest NVIDIA bullshit or something like that. A woman doing sexy ASMR while she puts together a PC or something like that. I can see that taking off. Rich can't do that, right? Nobody wants to watch. He took something that's niche and then he made it even nicher and then he made it like as niche as you could possibly go by being a middle-aged man doing it, right? Like he took ASMR, then he made it tech related, then he made it tech and gaming related, and then he like added his gross middle-aged man's voice, which is very overrated. People have said, I know even Ames has said that Rich has a good voice. He has a decent voice. He has an above average voice. His voice it would be decent daytime radio in between playing songs and playing music and shit like that, right? He wouldn't be good at a talk show. He wouldn't have like a top tier talk show. His voice isn't that good. Like maybe if he went to school or something for voice work, maybe if he did some training, he could like do audiobooks or whatever. He could also do audiobooks. Audiobook content would actually also do better than this fucking tech ASMR shit. But no, this let's call it tech mukbang. He should do that. Rich would actually do pretty good as a tech mukbang reviewer. Imagine if Rich was say he was reviewing the Switch 2, right, while he was eating some disgusting slop, right? And he was doing all these slop things and shit, and he was like getting his greasy fingers, leaving fingerprints all up on the Switch and whatnot. He had to wipe it off occasionally because he couldn't even put the inputs on there correctly and shit like that. It would be gross, but it would also be like interesting in a morbidly curious way, and it would be way better than the tech ASMR shit. I mean, he's already a disgusting individual. You might as well go all the way with it and try and make money off of it. But the only like disgusting thing he seems willing to do is take his shirt off for money. And you know, that's whatever, bro. Like, take it to the next level. Be tech mukbang. I just gave that to you for free. That's my late Christmas gift to you, Richard. This idea. Do this. What you just did right here in this clip from Review Clips USA. Just do that. Make a channel where you do that instead. And you will absolutely get better viewership than you will from your tech ASMR shit. Warm rolls for the table. Thanks for the $2. He could voice fat, unfunny cartoon characters. Yeah, he just needs to find his niche. And his niche is not what he's been doing lately. Anyway, moving on to the next clip. This is a very short one, but as we can see, it's he's rich tomorrowing. Rich is rich tomorrowing on his political content in his ASMR channel at the same time.
I got the, for video editing and other things, the 1X Player X1 Pro, which actually could be a giant tablet switch. It has the Ryzen 9 AI, the name sucks, 370, but it has Radeon 89DM graphics in it. Pretty nuts.
Yeah, he could try on the tech mukbang channel. He could try like eating the tech parts too. Fuck it, just boil them and break them down, right? And just eat. I mean, you ate bugs, might as well like try eat some RAM. Might as well.
And I was
you don't even have to eat the whole thing. Break it up and like put it in some ramen or curry or some shit like that.
All excited to open it, and I'm like, no, you're not opening it. You're making an ASMR video about that. Point being, that channel. I'll get that channel to 1 million subs.
I do at least respect the idea. Like, he really believes it. He really believes that he can pull it off. Like, yeah, I'll get it to 1 million subs. Like, I'll definitely get it to 1 million. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't believe it and he's just like telling himself that so he can have some false bravado about it. But I do respect like the ambition, even though that channel ain't getting to fucking. That channel is not getting to 1 million subscribers.
Positive of it. You know what? I gotta just do it. I'm turning the ASMR channel.
Like, the fact that Rich ever had a 1 million sub channel to begin with was a complete fluke, right? That was absolute blind luck, lightning in a bottle several times over for him, and that will never ever happen again. I'm sorry, Rich. You as a content creator, you are a perfect example of in the right place at the right time. You will never reach those type of heights on this website again. I'm sorry, bro. Not with the content you put out right now.
I'm turning it into the news channel.
Why would you do that? Why would you turn your fucking ASMR channel into a news channel? Why the fuck? Like, why would you do that, bro? Like, that's even worse. Isn't ReviewTechUSA Rich Tomorrow, is that not already your news channel? Oh, but you see, he's not turning it into a tech news channel. He's turning it into a political news channel. Because we're going to get to this, right? He really, really, really wants to talk about political shit. Even though it don't hit. Like, it's not it, bro, right? You are never going to, like, take the political commentator space on YouTube by storm. You're just not, bro. There are plenty of people. Most of his political content is just him watching other political commentators and going like, yeah, see, he's right. And he said, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, okay, bro, all the people who already watch Kyle Kalinske or whatever the fuck, they do that already. They don't need to watch you doing the thing that they do when they watch Kyle's content. Yeah, he wants to be the left-wing quartering. I'll give this to quartering, right? Jeremy really grifted that political shit for all that it was worth, right? Because this motherfucker has no talent as a political commentator, right? But the difference between Rich and Jeremy is one simple thing. Jeremy is not lazy, right? Like he's a lot of things, but he does well. Hold on, maybe I'm giving him too much credit. Jeremy is like he works significantly harder than Rich. Let me put it that way, right? Jeremy will actually grind it out. Jeremy will actually put out 5 or 6 videos a day consistently for years. Jeremy has burned through like almost a dozen channels. Actually, no, like literally over a dozen channels on YouTube, right? So it's like him finally getting a big million sub channel, Jeremy, that was literally law of averages finally working out in his favor. He grinded his way to that almost 2,000 subs on the quartering. And Rich don't know nothing about that. Rich has been he's been on cruise control. He's been on cruise control basically his whole career. So that's why he'll never get there again, because he's lazier than he's ever been, and he was lazy even back in the day, and now he doesn't have Jay to carry him anymore. So yeah, that's not happening for you, bro. Mighty Pingus, thank you for the $20. I work with tough Southern roughnecks. Even when they're fat, they're tough and strong. Rich's tough guy at makes me laugh. I weigh 200 pounds less and I would destroy him, which isn't true for any of the guys I work with. Shameful. I feel like anybody who isn't like, I don't know, anybody who isn't like Groiper sized, right? Who isn't like Nick Fuentes or his Groiper sized, just, a little pygmy of a man could possibly fuck up Rich in a fight. Honestly, I feel like even if you are like you're smaller than Nick Fuentes and you just work out, you do a bit of boxing or whatever, you could destroy Rich easily. All he has is mass and he doesn't know how to do it. Honestly, you could probably just get his heart to explode just by running it in circles around him for like a couple minutes. Gigatod Skyrim #1, thanks for the $2. Kyle Kuklinski has 3 wife sons. Oh, is he a stepfather? He's a stepdad. I didn't know that. Kyle is a dad who he's not he's the dad who stepped up. I didn't know that.
I'll do ASMR there occasionally. I think it's time.
Donated $4 and
That's and I'm like, because it's a way to keep everything separate without having like 67 different channels. I just have 2. And I know I'll be more inclined first to upload.
Right, let's think about this for a second, right? Because I also have a second channel, which I'm gonna shill. Hold up, fuck it. Let me shill real quick. Let me shill my second channel real quick. What did I call it again? It's been so long. I actually do plan on seriously posting some content on this bitch next year. In 2026. We got Review Mikey USA. Hold up. No, we aren't looking at that yet. Review Mikey USA. Let me put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat for you guys. Review Mikey USA. This is my parody. This was originally just a parody channel, right? This was a channel I made just to mock Rich because he was talking about how hard it was to do what he was doing. Not exactly in those words, but he was alluding to it. He was alluding to it being almost like difficult to just read slop articles in a day. So I started doing that, and I ended up quitting for 2 reasons. 1, I got bored. 2, I had like real world responsibilities, like an actual job, and also other content that I was trying to make on my MikeynohMore, on my main channel, right? Because otherwise I would have kept doing this. I would have just, because it's nothing, right? I can make a video like this a week, every week. It was pretty easy if I hadn't have lost interest. But I'm going to come back and I'm going to put something big up here. I'm going to put like actual, highly produced documentaries on this bitch like I got on my main channel when I come back, right? But no, I made the second channel specifically because I do want to talk about gaming shit. So if you want to talk about different subject and it's like so far removed and it fucks up with almost like the mojo of your other channel, then yeah, you should just make another channel for it. And if it's like, if the things you talk about your channel clash that much, then yeah, it does make, like, again, to Jeremy's credit, The only time I would ever praise Jeremy this much is when I'm talking about a lesser lol cow like ReviewTechUSA. Jeremy understood that if I'm going to be talking about something that's very far removed from the other thing I'm known for talking about, I gotta make another channel about it, right? Because before the quartering was called the quartering, it was called Unsleeved Media After Dark, because he was talking about shit that really wasn't that connected to Magic the Gathering. He understood that from the jump. Even Unsleeved Media, right? He didn't fuse Unsleeved Media with unstruck with claw struck or with any of his fucking RC channels. He understood that from the beginning. Rich, who's been doing YouTube for years, doesn't understand this. He still thinks that he could have his cake and eat it too, right? It's like, nigga, just make another channel for political shit. But part of the reason, right? Part of the reason why he won't is because he doesn't want, his ego wouldn't be able to take it when his political channel just went to shit. Nobody watched it, which is exactly what would happen. The only reason why people watch his political shit here is because he mixes it in with his main channel shit. If it wasn't for that, literally nobody would watch his political channel shit, his political shit anyway. All he's doing by doing this is fucking up his main channel's his tech channel's algorithm. That's all he's doing when he does this. Gigatod Howard, did you see RTU wish death on PPP on Christmas Eve? Oh, we're gonna get to that after we get through this. Zandor Vorkov, thanks for the $20. Happy Fuentes curse season. Oh yeah, we're not out of the holidays yet, right? Remember, don't forget, Jan 6th happened. Jan 6th happened around this time. Jan 6th. The Catboy Cammy date happened around this time, right? Where it's coming.
A political story. I was going to sigh of relief where I may be
There's actually this thing that some people, you know, and I am some people, I've said this, where it's like, almost like Nick has been putting off his cursed Mexican Aryan energy onto like clavicular, right? Clav has gotten hit by the Groiper curse, and he might end up getting locked up later for running over that one nigga who was stalking him and trying to stream snipe. That might end up happening. Humble hunking enthusiast, thanks for the $10. Rich could have earned passive income from just allowing his dead channel to stay up, and everyone told him that. The dude seems desperate to ignore good advice and humiliate himself instead. True. Med7503, thanks for the €2. Do you think Vickers will ever make a comeback? Vickers actually already made a comeback, brother. Vickers actually already. Let's see. Vicious Vickers. No. Where's his actual channel? Where the fuck? There it is. Vickers already made a comeback. He put out this stream. He came back to the internet just to tell us how everybody else has been how his wife is a lying whore, and how Ralph is he's going to destroy Ralph. And then almost within 24 hours after he streamed this shit, his suit against his wife for defamation because she called him a rapist was dismissed within 24 hours of him making this 2-hour stream of dabbing on his ex-wife and on Ethan Ralph. He lost again. So that's the Vickers update.
Transform the channel into a political channel. I think it makes more sense. Oh yeah, ASMR was fun though. Anyway.
I'm really disappointed that I missed the horse cuck last night. Show it again.
No, I'm going to keep politics to a separate channel, almost guaranteed. So the good news is that I'll be able to talk politics as much as I want, and if you don't want to hear it, you don't have to hear it.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand why he's so obsessed with politics now. Imagine getting Trump derangement syndrome on the eve of 2026, brother. That's crazy. Again, Review Mikey USA. Review Mikey USA. Subscribe to Review Mikey USA. We got big things in store for that channel next year. All right. Now, thank you. So first off, thank you for Critique the Critics. We love the clip channels. We respect the clip channels. We couldn't do it without the clip channels. Critique the Critics, one of the top Review Tech USA clippers, along with Review Clips USA. So this is his big Christmas Eve crash out, which is just embarrassing. Well, it wasn't Christmas. No, it was. It was on Christmas Eve. And that's what makes it so juicy, right? Because we're about to, on the eve of the Lord's Day, right? On the eve of the day that's supposed to be about love and giving and, you know, spending time with your family and loved ones and shit. Rich is seething about his trolls, seething about his detractors, wishing death on him, which, you know, definitely isn't going to come back to hurt you, bro. Definitely aren't going to get any karma from wishing death on your trolls on the eve of fucking Christmas. That's definitely not a bad idea. Right? So he's just filled with all this rage. This is how he's going out. This is the mood he's going to leave 2025 with. And it's just perfect encapsulation of how the year's been going for him all together. Xander Vorkov, thanks for the $10. Inking Phil's old face on his body or getting felted by the Thorpes after publicly thirsting for grace, which is more pathetic? It's crazy that those are back-to-back moments that we even have to compare, right? It's like, I don't understand how, personally, I don't understand why, because again, Review Tech USA, he's not a high-profile lol cow like a lot of guys are. You know, he's not on the level of the Jomas and whatnot, but he's had some of the craziest back-to-back lol cow moments I have ever seen. Like, it's insane how many L's he has voluntarily gave himself all throughout this year, right? And I can't believe he wasn't even a nominee. I feel like it's a snub personally. But no, we're gonna say that tattooing Phil's face onto his arm, his nut face onto Phil's arm, onto his arm, was definitely the worst out of the two, because that's permanent. See, some people would forget about the Thorpe shit eventually. People will forget about the Thorpe shit had I not like put it in my documentary and reminded them. But a lot of people don't even know about that. But that tattoo he has of Phil, that's never going away. That's going to be part of him forever. That's literally, Phil is going to be with this man for the rest of his life.
We would ice our golden bonds all night.
At Hip Hop Skip Your Block Worlds donated $4.99 through Super Chat. By the way, snow or not, Mackenzie has a visibility of 0 feet. Sorry man. Hungry face emoji, as emoji, Bob Lavari, hungry face emoji, as emoji,
Dude,
Donald, big black square emoji, big black square emoji, big black square emoji, big black square emoji.
You are fresh. You just made that.
Face emoji,
Finding people to work.
Jeffrey, big black square emoji, 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 hungry face emoji, as emoji.
Come say that to my face. I'll leave it at that. Well, I've called.
Why are you still doing this, bro? Like, we had a whole arc. It was this year. This year we had this thing, man, where you ran away from a little girl. You called the cops on a little girl, bro. You can't play internet tough guy when you called the cops on a little girl who's gonna show up. You know, again, Grace isn't little. She's in her 20s. She's also like 5'10", 5'11", which makes her a good fucking 3 or 4 inches taller than Rich is. So she would tower over this dude, right? So I could understand him being physically intimidated by her, considering the fact that he is just a bitch. He's a very bitch-made individual. But no, you can't do this, Rich. You can't do this after everything you've done, after all the fights you ran away from. 32 frets, 66C. Thanks for the $20. God bless for this coverage. Rich is pathetic. Made a video about him with a point. Why is he bringing his private life up front for his audience? Why does he keep bringing up his kids? He provides ammunition for his trolls. Yes, he does. A lot of this is just him doing it to himself.
Together. Anyway, and
like, look at this shit, bro. Like, why would you do this on your stream? Knowing that there are people like ReviewClipsUSA and Critique the Critics who are gonna clip you. Knowing there are people like Written Liar on Twitter who are going to fucking put clips and tweet this out on Twitter. Knowing there are people like me and King Sly in the casino when they come back who are going to react to this, bro. Why are you like, you just giving us this layup? You're just giving me this easy content, right? Oh, you're just making things easier for me. Really, I don't understand it. Evil Gladiator, sir, thanks for the $1.99. EVS loves your video on Jeremy. Really? Oh shit. Oh shit. The king of Cometsgate just gave me, this is the second time. This is the second time Ethan Van Sciver has praised me for a video I made on somebody affiliated with Cometsgate, right? Because I didn't really put it in the video, but Quartering was affiliated with Cometsgate. I mentioned it, but I didn't say it, right? There was a part in my Cometsgate video where you ever thought about what where he gave a lot of praise. He gave a lot of praise. Well, no, he wasn't praising him and Nick Rekieta. Where was it? Hold on. How many times does that show up? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. No, that's not it. But no, this is the second time Ethan Van Sciver's, hey, I didn't realize this video cracked 100K. Hey, sweet. That's like my third video on my channel to crack 100K views. The first time he ever praised me for a video was when he made this comment on my Cometsgate documentary. A well-made video, and then he seeds. He said it was well made though. The king of Cometsgate is giving me my flowers for the second time, back to back, in 2024 and 2025. 2026, he's gonna tell me another video I made is great. It's gonna be awesome. Hold on, there's no way. Let's see. I want to show you guys this. No. Where was it? I put it. I forgot it. It's been so long since I watched this video. Actually, no. There it is. Okay.
The top to the bottom. Everyone was getting into it with somebody.
Wide Putin 9643. Thanks for the $5. Hey Mikey, since you covered Umar, you gonna do Tyreek? Of course, bro. We gotta do other pro blacks in 2026. Pause. Xander Vorkov, thanks for $5. You think somebody as terminally online as Rich would eventually learn that openly seething at the trolls has never ever worked for anyone? That is true.
John Malin, John Della Rose, Liam Gray, Mandy Summers, that Umbrella Guy, Yellow Flash, Edwin Boyette, Nasser, Mitch Breitweiser, literally everyone in War Campaign.
I'm still convinced,
Nasser,
right?
Mitch Breitweiser.
I'm still convinced that Mitch Breitweiser is one of the biggest grifters to ever come out of Cometsgate. That thing that he and his wife did to the people who donated to him, that was heinous, in my opinion. Because it's like, usually with Cometsgate, it's like, oh, well, you know, they can just blame lateness and shit like this. In the case of him, it wasn't that he was late. The book was literally finished, but he sold out to fucking corporate America. He sold out to Walmart so he could get his book put in stores, and his backers got their books last. They got their books after people who could just walk into Walmart could get the book, right? And I just thought that was some super ho shit, because he was able to fund that move using backer money. He used backer money to fuck over the backers so that he and his wife could go Hollywood. And I think it's the greatest karma that it didn't work out for them. and now his company went fucking nowhere. You can't even find those books in like a retail location anymore.
Literally everyone in War Campaign.
Man, and that comics game.
All right, this is the part I wanted to get to. Mama Oko, thanks for the $10. Speaking of Ricky Rackets, have you considered a video on him? Love the quartering video. It's fantastic. I've said this before. I will only do a video on this guy after Josh gets the body cam footage. The moment that Josh announces that he has the body cam footage and he releases it, I will then start working on the Rekieta documentary. But only after, okay? So you wanna Nick Rekieta, you want a Rackets documentary from me? You're gonna have to tell Josh to go ahead and try and get that body cam footage.
Stuff is, I'm staying way out of it. I see the writing all over that wall.
Comicsgate, to me, the reason it had value for me was that it fought against the mainstream. That's not what it is anymore. It's just lame-ass infighting.
Look, if y'all are in some Comicsgate drama, get out. Don't pick sides. Don't get involved in this. I'm telling you, this is how things fall apart.
Every single time I see a live stream, it's two comic skaters fighting with each other.
Comicsgate was supposed to be about criticism of the comics industry, and then second, making books, selling them to people who want to buy them.
A guy like Zach and EVS, their YouTube channels used to be growing legitimately, significantly every month. In February,
just like yours, they used to be growing significantly. There was a time when quartering was getting fucking 500,000 views a video minimum, right? Ain't like that no more.
2020, Comicsgate is significantly smaller than it was in 2019. These are facts.
Somewhere along the way,
literally applies to him too.
People added in drama, gay ops, infighting, backbiting, whatever you want.
And why do you think that is? Do you think it's because once money was injected into the hashtag, everyone got fucking egomaniacal about it? Or do you think because it's just a coinky dink?
I will strongly urge people to just walk away from whatever that nonsense is.
I love it when like lolcows, you watch old footage of lolcows giving good advice to other lolcows before they all become lolcows. I fucking love that, right? It's like when I had that footage of the quartering. Well, I guess quartering has always had his lolcow-isms in him, even before, you know, he went full grifter, maximum grift, right? But, you know, we had those clips of the quartering back in my ReviewTechUSA, my original ReviewTechUSA documentary. And I still hold to the point that Jeremy did come off better in that war, that little feud he had with Rich. Mostly because he literally did not want the feud, right? It was Rich. Rich wanted the feud. Rich wanted to fight. Even though he had nothing to gain from it. And he was just like, but you know, again, I'll give the credit to Jeremy. Again, I'm giving Jeremy so much fucking credit because we're talking about Rich here. But Jeremy does have like better long-term thinking than Rich does. At least when it comes to YouTube. YouTube is the only thing that Jeremy is like actually gifted when it comes to long-term thinking. Everything else he's a retard at. When it comes to any sort of type of business that doesn't involve him just streaming or making 5 or 8 videos a day, he doesn't get it. It doesn't compute. But at least he understands the basic, and Rich has never understood that. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure 5758, thanks for the $5. Few days left in 2025. Will Super Killer be released in 2025? No, it will not. It will not be released in 2025. Vito is now 2 years late, as you would expect. Wait, is he 2 years late or is he 3 years late? Hold on, let me see. I forget. Let me see. Super Killer. Is he 2 years late or is he 3 years late? Let's see. December. Oh no, he's going to be. Yeah, he is 2 years late. He is officially 2 years late. In 2 days, in 2 more days, 2 or 3 more days, Vito will officially be over 2 years late on Super Killer. Where is it at, Vito? Where the fuck is the comic at, nigga?
Then they go off like looking for acceptance from whoever they watch that thinks it's okay to say that shit, like wagging. You have to see what I did. You have to see what I like. That's like that's it. That's exactly what it's done for. Ames didn't offer. I said Ames. He said he would come see me. So if I see Ames somewhere, we'll have a discussion, Biffy.
No, Rich. That's not what. Okay,
that's exactly what I said. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting human being. You would never say that to my face.
I'm saying it to your face right now.
No, say it to me in person. Would you ever say it to me in person?
Where do you want to meet up? In Yonkers?
I'm not fighting. I'm not gonna have.
Hey, you won't say it to my face. Say it to my face. It's like, okay, where do you want to meet up? I'm not going to. Okay, so then you don't want to. Obviously, you don't actually want to meet up in real life, right?
Physical altercation with you.
Okay, then why would you say it then? Why would you say you won't say that to my face? And then I tell you, right? Then Ames is like, okay, where do you want to meet up? Like, name a place. Like, send me location, right? It's like some Khabib shit. Like, hey, bro, just send me location. We can squash it in person. It's like, man, I'm not about to. Well, then don't bring it up.
Then stop saying meet me in person, you chicken shit bitch.
Would you say that to my face in person is my fucking point.
Mr. Gladiator, sir, thanks for the $1.99. EVS made $79 on Saturday. The Eric July grift is dead. Oh, it's so sad. Comments gate. And here's the crazy part is that he is him and it's like Sean. And those are the only guys, I think, are the only dudes who are like making any money at all from grifting on talking about Eric July all the time. They're the only ones now, right? Everyone else, the rest of CG, they're basically just going in circles trying to talk about this motherfucker. Macaroni is 666. Thanks for the $4.99. I know nothing about this dude, but quartering in the Fuentes video or new favorite video essays to listen to in the background. Thank you for the content. No problem. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure 5758. Thanks for the $5. If ReviewTechUSA starts doing anti-Eric July content, EVS will invite him to join Comicsgate. That's like Vito. You know what? That's actually true. That's actually Rich, here goes another idea. Another free idea from my audience to you. You can run with that, bro. We already know that, you might as well just add another nigga to the roster. Add another black guy to like your fucking Legion of Doom, your Legion of Coon. Just add another one, right? Just beef with another black guy, Eric July, and Ethan Van Sciver. He'll be your Keemstar. He'll throw an anchor at you, and he'll try and like bring you up, bro. He'll throw you that fucking lifeline. Do that. That's your new grift in 2026. Be anti Rippaverse. Be anti-Young Ripper. We'll see. I mean, I don't see where else you can go with this shit at this point, bro. Xander Vorkov, thanks for the $10. I can theoretically understand how a dent could be into Phil, but I'm disturbed to consider what kind of freak show unironically likes RTU ASMR. Nobody likes RTU ASMR, buddy. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes our Tech 25 ASMR. Look at this shit, bro. How long is this channel been up? This channel is like, all right, this channel is a couple months old now, right? About 9 months or old or whatever. And what's the most viewed video on it? Right here. The first video. And it still hasn't cracked 5K. This is the video this is a channel he's gonna take to 1 million. And I don't know, by 2030 or whatever. Projections say that this channel won't crack 1 million until like, 2060 maybe. Nobody likes this. Even his fans don't like this shit, right? It's like ReviewTechUSA shilling his Tech 25 ASMR channel is just like the quartering shilling coffee brand coffee. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to invest in it, right? Maybe he'll get a couple people who will like be interested, who will show like interest in it, but it's got no traction. Nobody wants this shit.
Yeah, I was like, Ames, all right, I'll say it to you. All right, Ames, if you say it to me, see, then we will have coffee. We will have coffee and go from there. That's it. That's all I have to say to it. And that is what I leave it at. And I will continue to say it. Whoever wants to get butthurt about me saying that, be it. But you would not say that shit to my face. That's not me being a tough guy.
Who's getting butthurt? You're the only person who gets mad about this shit. I don't even know why you keep bringing it up. Why do you keep saying you wouldn't say that to my face, bro? Like,
you literally wouldn't. And you know what's
every single time somebody who you were beefing with tried to like meet you IRL or confront you directly, you chickened out of it. You chickened out of it with Jeremy. You chickened out of it with Grace Thorpe. You chickened out of it with Ames, bro. Like, you're a bitch.
As hard as I can't even.
You're actually just a bitch. You're actually just a pussy.
Even say that they're wasting their money anymore, because you
never forget the fact that when during the Kino Casino Darkside Phil crossover team up dream match arc, right? When Phil was ascended, when Phil was at his peak, he was going through a resurgence, and Phil finally agreed to meet up with RTU. Rich didn't do it. He chickened out. He ran away. He waited until the Kino Casino broke up. He waited until Worski and PPP broke Phil's heart and they stopped being his internet friends for him to finally get on stream with Phil. He had to wait until Phil was weak for him to actually meet up with him.
You know why? That's why they're more emboldened to do shit like that. Good job, YouTube. So, you make it that people can play games with super chats, and on top of it, you make it that they can be more malicious because there's no financial consequence to it. Smart moves all around. Ames is under house arrest. Allegedly. For what? What is he under house arrest for? Oh, that's great. Oh. Like, Ames, here, man, let me get you. I'm going to get the Ames, here's the thing.
Is Ames under house arrest?
Shit's turning around.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was just talking shit.
I have beautiful.
I haven't invested in this, but I imagine if it is true, it's over like, well, again, who cares really? As long as it's not over something like, I don't know, murder or assault, who cares? It's like he gets so giddy when he finds out that somebody he doesn't like had any problem with the law, even if it wasn't a big deal. Like how he kept calling Sly a felon, even though he literally wasn't a felon, he just went to jail. Going to jail isn't the same thing as being a felon. You have to be convicted of a felony to be a felon, right? But he doesn't care. He thinks anybody who's ever gotten in trouble with the law is automatically just an evil piece of shit, just the scum of the earth, which is how you know he's not a tough guy, because he's never hung around with tough people before.
Kids, I have a significant other. I still do well on these streams.
Oh, it's false. It's fake news. Ames being on house arrest is fake news. Well, okay.
And I consider myself a pretty creative guy, and I do think I have.
What? Who told you that? Who told you that you were creative, Rich? Who lied to you? Who the fuck has been gassing it up? Has it been you in the mirror? Have you been looking in the mirror just saying, you're creative, I know you're creative, I know you're creative? All of your best ideas on your old channel literally came from Jay. Like, what do you mean, bro? There's literally, hold on. I keep having to reference my own content. I keep having to reference my own content. Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? Whoa. Why am I getting recommended that nigga's content? Let's see. I hate having to keep reference my own shit, right? But it's like, here's the thing: when I'm covering lol cows, right? I often get into situations where they say something, and I'm like, that's just like demonstrably untrue. What you've said is completely contradicted what you said before, right? So then I have to like go back. I gotta go back to like the what do you call it? I was about to say manifesto. That's not what it is. I have to go back to my own fucking documentaries to prove. What do you say? It was Second Wind. There it is.
Till now, the thing that really stands out for me is him calling Jay a leech. Really, Rich? Who was the guy helping you make viral content for your channel a decade ago? Jay. Who was it that you specifically anointed as the reason for your channel catching a second win? Jay, who was it when you had to take time away from win?
This specifically right here. So I've seen my sub growth / views explode since I hired an editor and started uploading daily. I'm an inch away from 700K. Thank you. Right? So he literally credited, right? He literally credited Jay. He literally credited Jay with like revitalizing his channel. His channel was stagnant as fuck, right? His channel was stagnant until Jay came in 2018 and took him to that next level. His channel in late 2018 was basically in the state that it was in before he deleted it, where it was big, but it was sinking, and he wasn't really getting viewership. He wasn't really getting any new subs. Then he hires Jay as an editor. Jay helps him put out videos more frequently. Jay, this is where a lot of the big in jokes that Rich has been going on. Rich has been reusing the same content for like fucking 6, 7, 8 years now. And it's because he got a lot of these ideas from working in tandem with Jay. So it's like, you're creative. No, Rich, you're not creative. You're not. You get all your ideas. You got a lot of your best ideas from your editor. And that's why you haven't come up with anything original since he left.
Have some talent, and it
Giga Todd Howard, thank you for. Oh wait, hold. There's somebody who donated before that. Oh shit, I missed quite a few super chats. I'm sorry, guys. I get too into it with the ranting. Xander Vorkov, thanks for the $5. And the kicker is that he knew it all. Is that he threw it all away to be a rapper, not even a rapper, but a rap producer. 32 Fret 66C. Rich's fans consist of wheelchairs, teenagers, and balding men that look like him. Thanks for the $5. Giga Todd Howard, thanks for the $2. He's bragging about a bald 2 out of 10 with wife suds. Smack MMK, thanks for the $5. My first time ever seeing RTU was this debate with Blackbuster Critic and him getting destroyed badly by him. Each year, he's proven more and more wrong. Oh yeah, Rich has like literally lost every internet debate, blood sports, whatever the fuck you want to call it, ever.
It works. Lord knows I've made plenty of mistakes, and I'm not dismissing those. But you stream to 5 people, and you can't even leave your house because you're on house arrest. And you live your life like
somebody in chat said that wasn't true. Like, Rich Ames being on house arrest literally like isn't a thing. I don't know where he got this news from. But, you know, just in typical Rich fashion, he hears a rumor and he immediately goes with it. It's just like back when he was doing gaming news and he was like, the PS4, or was it the PS5? No, I think it was the PS4. No, it was the PS5. Shit, I actually forget. Hold up. Fuck it. I gotta go back again. Because I don't remember which PlayStation it was. Okay, here it is.
Dude, it could be a bum playing stupid shit. Like when he said the PS4 would have worse
It was the PS4, okay.
graphics than the Xbox One because Sony had bad network infrastructure?
Yeah, that was retarded. It's shit like this, right? Somebody just told them some
I got
shit.
all of this information from very, very reliable sources.
Which is just some nigga. Some nigga in chat told him that Ames was on house arrest and he immediately went with it.
Seriously through me. Doesn't that suck? It doesn't suck for me though, but I'm glad life sucks for you because you're a piece of shit.
That guy's gay. Thank you.
Maybe that's a little bit of a Phil moment, but if you're allegedly on house arrest, which I'm sure if he isn't, here's how we'll know if Ames is. If he actually is, he'll just come back and like do a whataboutism and not explain it. And if he isn't, he'll talk about it in 3 seconds.
Why would he explain? First off, I'm sorry for any gross sounds I'm making. I'm still coming away from a cold. Why would Ames explain this situation even if it is true? What a retard. Like, oh, that's something you would do, Rich. That's something you would do, is try and extrapolate upon like a very personal issue that you're going through in real life on the internet. That's something you would do. Ames, if that was true, he wouldn't owe anybody an explanation because it's not anybody's fucking business.
and be like, no, I'm not. What the fuck is he talking about? And you'll say some stupid shit and regurgitate something from like Kino Casino or something like that and say I'm felted and have nothing else to say. So if he debunks,
you regurgitate literally everything you say, do, and think from like other people, from other political commentators. Your entire career was regurgitating the news.
Instantly, then he isn't.
You have no original thoughts in your body. That's why I don't understand why you think you're creative.
If he ignores it and like moves the goalpost and says something, he absolutely is on house arrest. He absolutely is.
What? I know like, if I don't bring this up, if I don't address this allegation that you've thrown at me, right? That automatically means it's true. Okay, so Rich, does that mean that every time somebody says something about you and you don't immediately try and fucking address it, whether it's true or not, that means it's true? Are we gonna does that mean you actually have eaten your daughter's eyes? Because I've never heard you refute that. I've never heard you come up on stream or make a video explaining in detail how you didn't eat your daughter's eyes and how impossible that would be, right? So obviously that means you did it. That means that you're just an eye-eating ass nigga. You're just out here collecting eyes. You're probably going to eat your other kids' eyes too. Probably going to eat Lauren's eyes. It's probably why you're so bitter. You haven't had your regular nutritional diet of eyeballs, and that's why you're so mad all the time.
I'm fucking watching you right now, so we'll find out in about 5 minutes. Gay people make Ames very nervous, I think, too. Like, that's so gay. Who cares?
That guy's gay. Thank you.
Like, I think he got offended because I thought...
Again, Rich thinks that being gay is hilarious. He thinks gay people are hilarious. One of his best bits, and I'll give this to Rich, one of his best bits was, like, the gay flamer voice, where he was like, oh, I can't wait. Or, you know, when he did that shit. Like, the Expose song. The Expose song by ReviewTechUSA. Hold on, where is it? Oh, it's gone. Oh, of course it's gone. It was on his channel. Why the fuck am I surprised? Maybe somebody uploaded it? No. Hold on, what if I put Expose song? There it is.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was going to write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
This is ancient as fuck. Look at this Scarce. Anybody remembers who the fuck Scarce is?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here. So from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories.
Expose, 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 expose. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose.
See, like, this is when he was doing the gay voice. I thought this was kind of funny. You know, it's not ha ha, I'm fucking on the floor laughing. But he's also I think about a creative person. This was actually one of the few times when Rich actually showed some creativity, right? With the production and the lyrics, and, you know, it was all right. It was a decent little fun little parody song. Well, it's not a parody song. It was an original production or whatever. But no, this was Rich at his peak, by the way. I don't remember when it was, though. When did he put this shit out? Did anybody know? They didn't put the original date. 2021. What was this song? 2021? I felt like it was earlier. But anyway, 2018 to 2021, maybe 2022 was Rich's peak. No, 2022 is when he started failing. 2021, though. 2018, late 2018 to late 2021 was Rich's peak.
He was
creatively, YouTube, whatever. That's when he was balling.
Or something.
He will never reach those heights ever again.
Like, I'm not looking. Well, according to Ames, he's either an incel or he's like a former family man that's like disenchanted with life. He's one of the two. He's either one step away from Harmon or like one step away. I probably shouldn't say this, but one step away from the main character and falling down. Ames was talking a bunch of shit like during.
Always using the incel. Like, look, dude, we know what you fuck. We've seen with our own eyes what you fuck, what you stick your dick in, what you try to stick your dick into, right? Like the best looking attempt of you like trying to stick your dick into something was like Grace Thorpe. And even then, anybody who knows who Grace Thorpe is would know better. Would know better to even attempt to do that, right? Like we aren't impressed when you call somebody else an incel. Better an incel than whatever the fuck Rich gets up to with his penis.
The peak of the drama in 2020.
With his Masucci micro.
I remember
with his Dickers Jr.
I believe it was during that time period, or was that 2023? I don't know. Where I went into like a Twitter space. So maybe it was 2023. And he was fucking pissing me off. So I went in there and like trolled the shit. He's like, I'm really nervous about doing this. Like, I don't fucking care. Are you nervous? Are you scared? And he already hated me. And I bruised his ego. So that made him hate me 10 times more. So that's the origins of Ames's villain arc with me.
Exposed was a 2018 track. See, I told you. That was Rich at his peak. Never. 2018 to 2021.
Ever. If I ever complain about my job, slap the shit out of me. Just slap.
Like, did he hit his head? I mean, his head is dented. I don't just mean like he's a dent for Phil, which he is because he's giving Phil money, but his head is like literally dented, like at the top. Hold on, let me see something. Can I look it up? ReviewTechUSA dented. Let me see. ReviewTechUSA head. Can we see it? No, none of these photos really show what I show. Whoa, hold on. This is kinda. Let me see. See full size image. Yeah, you can kind of see like the dents and imprints in his head. This isn't like a good HD photo or anything, but you can kind of see it. His head is dented literally. So maybe he dented his head again this year and he just forgot about that time when he completely complained about his dream job of just reading 3 or 4 news articles about video games a day, right? And occasionally talking about tech. And he complained about it and how he would say he would rather sit on nails or needles or whatever than go back to doing ReviewTechUSA, only to resume doing exactly what it was doing on ReviewTechUSA before the end of 2025.
The shit out of me if I ever sound like an ungrateful cunt. All right, Ames, breaking news. Ames is not on house arrest, but he.
Oh, okay. So there you go. It's like, oh, I'm sure he is. You were so sure of it. And then somebody was like, no, he's not. And it's like, oh, okay.
He acts like he is. Yeah, he's.
What does that mean? What does that mean? He acts like he is. What do you mean he acts like he's on house arrest? Ames like leaves his house to go and work a regular job. That's more of like you act more like you're on house arrest than Ames because you barely leave the fucking house ever.
He's definitely not on house arrest. 100%. Yeah, you can't drink if you're on house arrest, and he's streaming. Definitely not, unless he's a fucking diabolical weirdo.
Had another dude who vibes Outer World 2 donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Don't be sad, bro. On the bright side, at least you won't have to wrap Mackenzie's presents. Hungry face emoji.
I'm sorry, A Brown CBR. I missed your super chat. Thanks for the $20. How excited are you for the 2026 Liam Strike Wars? There was an 8-hour crash out stream on Christmas Day. He privated. It was a classic Liam meltdown. Oh, I hope somebody saved that. For people who don't know, he's talking about Liam Gray, who, in my opinion, there are a lot of lolcows that orbit around the Comicsgate universe, but I feel out of all of them, the most unstable, the most radical, the most schizophrenic by far is Liam Gray. That motherfucker is actually legitimately crazy and mentally ill, and it's actually kind of crazy how Ethan Van Sciver plays games with this dude when he knows that he's unstable as fuck. Like he's not meant. He's not a. Liam's got issues. Let me put it that way, right? So I will be covering him. I'll be covering a lot of people who I ignored in Comicsgate, because Comicsgate, I was really just trying to tell like the story of Comicsgate along with the new shit involving the Rippaverse and the dickheads and all that shit. We will start getting into, when I get to the second Comicsgate documentary, I talk about the new shit. I will start covering the miscellaneous characters more who make up Comet Skate, and Liam will be one of the main characters in it.
Emoji, hungry face emoji, as emoji, hungry face emoji, as emoji, Bob Lavari, hungry face emoji, as emoji, hungry face emoji, as emoji, hungry face emoji, as emoji, Donald, big black square emoji, 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 hungry face emoji, as emoji, hungry face emoji, as emoji, hungry face emoji, as emoji, Jeff, hungry face emoji, as emoji, hungry face emoji, as emoji.
You acted like this in person, just in general, you would get your shit fucking caved in. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything to you. I'm not. But you.
What? Like, what do you? Why would you bring it up? Who's gonna kick his head in then? And how do you know he doesn't do this in real life?
You would never fucking say that to my face. You wouldn't. You wouldn't say that to anybody's face. And I can't react. I can't do anything because then it's unreal. The fucking losers are protected on here. And I'm not supposed to quote unquote crash out, right? How do I not react to that about my kid?
Now, what does that mean? I can't react. Like, what do you mean? You're reacting right now. You're crashing out right now. What other reaction? You saying that they're protected on here? How are we protected? Is he talking about flagging down content or some shit? That's the only thing I can imagine he's talking about. Because you can really say just about anything you want with like a couple things, right? Like, I don't know, he couldn't like come on here and call me or King Sly like hard ends or something and not get banned. But you can say a lot of shit about, I mean, it's actually impressive what you can get away with on YouTube these days, right? Censorship actually, it's still not like how it was in the good old days, right? In the early aughts and the early tens, where you really could get away with saying whatever you want. Where iDubbbz was literally like, he had like million plus view videos where he was saying nigger faggot and nothing was happening to him. He was just getting away with it, right? Like, we aren't back in that era, but you can say a lot. So when he says like, I can't retaliate, I can't react, I can't do anything, he has to be talking about, I can't report these people for saying mean things about me on the internet.
How do you not react to it? Do you have kids? I can't help to not let it get to me about my fucking kids. There's no magic formula to that. There's none. There's nothing that in saying just ignore it, you just ignore it.
No, I can say it because I have black privilege. You know, people don't say this. A lot of people don't want to admit this, but black people really do. We really do get away with saying certain things on this website that other people can say. I mean, you can say nigger. Even if you aren't black, you can say that word on YouTube and your shit won't get, your shit will stay up, right? So long as you aren't, you know, you don't say it in copious amounts or whatever, you can say that. But there are certain things where black content creators, we get a certain pass for doing things that would get other people struck. Like, I think if a white dude made that Dr. Umar video I did, and, you know, he was like saying coon as many times as I did, his shit would have like, he would have been launched into orbit. At the very least, he would have lost the video, right? We do get a pass. There is a certain minority black privilege pass for certain content creator. If I was black and like also gay and trans, nigga, I could say whatever the fuck I want and nothing would ever happen to me. It's a real thing.
Kino Casino wouldn't say it to my face either. That's the thing. So they could go with that all they want to. Make sure you clip this for them, loud and clear. By all means, man, we could go out and get lunch one day, and you could say the stuff you've been saying about my kid to my face. You could pick the restaurant. How about that? Doesn't matter. You could permanently ban them. They make 16 accounts. That's not it. I am just now with this spam on. I am just gonna have to ignore it. But I've seen the clips. I've ignored the clips until literally right now. Yeah, you want to talk about it?
That is a lie, nigga. We know you watch the content. You watch it on stream. You want us to think that you don't watch it off stream?
6-year-old kid that you want to talk about me and make up all the shit in the world about me, but you would never say.
We don't make anything up. I have literally never made up anything about Rich. I don't even like repeat the he ate his daughter's eyes. I just brought it up recently as a joke, but I wasn't like, there's some people who are like, Rich blinded his daughter. I have never made that accusation about you, Rich, because I don't have any definitive proof. So I don't say it. I've never made anything up about you ever.
You making up about a kid. You remember PPP is a fat racist fascist fuck that dated a pedophile, and Andy Worski is a cokehead pedophile. And you want to go after me for
what?
Fascist fuck that dated a pedophile, and Andy Worski is a cokehead pedophile. And you want to go after me for a character?
It's just repeating shit he's heard again. I know about these. I know what he's talking about. I know the things he's talking about is what a lot of anti-keto casino people, you know, I'm not the biggest casino bro. I try to be more critical if I can, but I've really just I haven't found anything like substantial about these claims that people make about these guys. But Rich doesn't give a fuck. People who make fun of him have these career ruining rumors circulating around him. So of course he's gonna repeat them. Just like he repeated that from somebody telling him that Ames was on house arrest, and he just went with it until it was disproven like 5 minutes later.
Character assassination, please make sure they see this. I hope they do. I put the spam filter on. I'm not going to raise the price of the TTS. I'm not
like genuinely more evidence. Again, I don't believe that Rich is a pedophile. I don't believe he was doing anything nefarious with the Dropbox, right? I actually give Rich a lot of benefit of the doubt in that scenario. But even then, right, there's more evidence of you being a pedophile, Richard, than there is of like PPP or Warski.
punishing the rest of my audience. I am going to have to completely ignore it now. But Christ, you're disgusting coward pussies. And that's it.
I'm actually like super nice to Rich. And like a lot of people don't realize this. People think I'm super critical. Nigga, I could be so much meaner to this fat nigga. I really could.
And again,
I really could.
Whether it's Andy or Ashton, if you are that concerned, let's say it in person. Pick the place. We'll go out to eat. Have a good old time. And now I have a spam filter in place, and that's it. And like I said to you, the thing that bugs me the most, and I put this on fucking YouTube, you could send a super chat like that, take the money right back. Thanks, YouTube. Making it much easier now. Yeah, PPP. I hope you fucking die soon. And I don't
Wow, just saying it. Just saying it. Like, holy shit. I can't think of anybody. Have I ever wished death on anybody? Maybe I like said kill yourself on stream as a joke, right? I don't think I've actually like genuinely, and you could tell that came from the heart too. You could tell that came from like deep in his soul. He means it. He really, really, really wished that PPP would die, that Ames would die, that Warski would die, that Sly would die, all of the dudes who talk about him on Twitter, the clip channels, me. He really wishes that all of us were dead.
Violent way. You're just going to get up one day and after you have your
Shadowban Benny, thank you for the €6. Will you do a veto stream to celebrate 2 years of no super killer soon? Maybe much love of your work in the grind. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I probably will end up doing a veto stream early 2026, probably in January or something.
Your 6 fucking cheeseburger at 2 in the morning. I know one day PPP is going to drop dead of a heart attack. And you know what? I hope like...
Nigga, you're just as fat as... Well, no, hold up. I was about to say he's just as fat. PPP is like 6'2", 6'3", right? So by default, even though they look like they got the same mass, PPP is actually going to be way heavier than Rich because he's like fucking 6 inches taller than him. So no, PPP is fatter than him. But you will also, like, your heart attack is going to come not that much longer after PPP's, buddy.
He really suffocates and dies slow, and it feels
like it's a race. You two are neck and neck for whose heart is going to give out faster.
It's like there is a fucking weight on his chest. I'm not saying I want anything bad to happen to anyone physical.
What? Dude, you just told him you wanted him to die.
Physical harm, but it's going to happen. The guy's like 700 fucking pounds. Oh, let him. Dude, clip this.
Now, he's not that big, bro. Like, he's not that fat, buddy. He's fat. He's fat as fuck. He's not that big, right?
Here, do me a favor. Clip this. Clip everything I just said.
We will. Thank you for giving us permission. Rich, you heard that, guys? Rich gave us permission to clip everything. We can clip anything we want now. He gave us the permission. Critique the critics, ReviewTechUSA, all of the niggas on Twitter, all of us, everybody on Kiwi, all the dudes on Rich's thread and Kiwi Farms, we can clip whatever we want now. He just told us to.
Clip it. Clip what I said about Ames. Clip what I said about everything. What? You're talking about my kid. What did I say that's against TOS anyway? I didn't say I'm going to do anything physical. I just hope a fat, fascist, pedophile, dating fuck dies slow. Is there anything wrong with seeing a fascist die slow? Is that a bad thing? I don't care. It's dark. Let them know it's dark.
Hold on. Let me see this. I'm fixing to pull up on your enemies. Gang. Burger King hero. You can tell, dude. This nigga probably hasn't left his house in like 16 years. This dude probably is in a wheelchair. Again, no offense to the wheelchairs in my chat. You niggas are awesome. You probably live amazing lives. You probably fuck bad bitches. You probably fuck them while you're in the wheelchair, right? Unlike Rich's wheelchairs and Darkside Phil's wheelchairs, who are lame and give their disability checks to them.
Dude, when he dies of a heart attack, I hope it's the slowest, most painful heart attack he comes from.
Hold on, somebody says something like, all respect, Rich, but you bought a gun over Grace Thorpe. You really inviting people for IRL meetings? Why are we even talking about Kino Casino right now? Very good question. Holy shit, Rich. Karma. Geez, that's dark, Rich. I just don't understand attacking a child. Okay. They're trying to say everything that happened to your kid was your fault. They get their info from AI. They're not even worthy of anger. They're just failed human beings. See, like his chat is trying to sell him. Rich, why are you even talking about this, buddy? Like, we don't need to talk about this, Rich. Go back to talking about Phil, please. Please, just put the Phil reactions in the bag, Rich, please.
And I hope he dies the virgin that he is right now. Because come on, man. You tell me that PPP gets any pussy. Never, ever. You are a failed human being.
MMan07, 311. I don't fuck bad bitches. Not with that attitude, buddy. You gotta get your wheelchair game up.
I have held that back for quite a long time. I'm tired of them saying whatever horrible shit, not even about me.
Have you considered getting rims on your wheelchair, buddy? You'd be shocked.
And I just ignore it. There you go. You got your clip. Fuck both of you. Dude, it ain't... Dude, listen, I am going to get angry once in a while. Welcome to a live stream, okay? And I've seen clips and I have shut my fucking mouth. Now, they're consistent. I get them emailed to me. I see shorts. There's literally a short right now I just saw saying Rich ate his daughter's eyes. I don't say anything about it.
Why are you telling us this? Why are you telling us this? Why are you giving them ammunition? Every time you ever say shit like this, Rich, every time you do shit like this, Rich, you're just giving the people who make that content more encouragement. You're giving them vitality, right? You're saying, oh my God, I'm making this motherfucker flip out. He's losing his shit. And I wasn't even like taking it that serious for real. I need to up my game. I need to put out more anti-RTU content. I'm gonna like make a whole animated series about him going around trying to eat little kids' eyeballs and shit. That's what they're gonna do now because they know how much it fucks with you.
I am a human that is eventually going to lose my shit when you talk about my kid. You know,
Ames, I swear I did not ask them to troll him this hard. Well, that's what happens when he acts like this.
Know what I'm saying?
If he would just ignore the haters, we wouldn't, I mean, we would still talk about him because, you know, but, you know, he wouldn't, like, if we wouldn't be able to, like, do all this. He's giving us too much. He's making it too easy for us. Like, we got to work. You got to make your haters work. I'll say this about the quartering. The quartering, at least, like, he kind of tries to make the haters work because he doesn't react to them that much unless he's trying to grift about his channel or his business being under attack. Rich will just say shit like this, and he'll just, like, give me and some other detractors of his just hours of free content. I don't know why you would do that.
If it was a crash out thing, it would be something that I would do on a daily basis because I am barraged with it on a daily basis. I don't say anything. I ignore, I ban, I block, but it's going to eventually get under my skin. I am a human being just like other people. You know what I mean? Eventually it's going to do something. I think I do fairly good at ignoring most of it. I said what the fuck I said. I regret none of it. I don't care whose audience comes where. I don't care that they're
He's a real human being. He's a real human being, guy.
Incels that couldn't.
And you were not good at avoiding this. Like, you were kind of good. No, I was about to say he was good at avoiding the shit with the Big Cheese Crusaders, but even that's not true. Because during the Big Cheese Crusaders, he tried, like, doxing. No, he did dox. He successfully doxed ReviewTechUSA. No, he didn't even do that. He hired, what the fuck was his name? Not Shadow Essence, right? I forget that dead nigga, that nigga who killed himself, right? That hacker, that wannabe hacker who got doxed, he got reverse doxed, and later he killed himself and he had like 85 felonies or something like that. He hired that dude to dox his trolls. So even back then, he took this shit to a level it really didn't need to be.
Fuck someone if
someone. Yeah, Shadow's government, right? Like he took it. He always takes shit to a level it really doesn't need to go. Just ignore the haters, fam. Just do
pay
that.
them to get pussy, come here and say something. They're pieces of fucking shit. And I've kept my mouth shut for a very long time. Very, very long time, but here I'm not. Fuck both of them, and I cannot wait for PPP to have his inevitable heart attack where he dies very slow. Die very slow, motherfucker. Not saying I want you to die, but when you inevitably do, I hope it is so fucking painful. Merry Christmas, too, by the way. Hope all's well. I don't even think I yelled for this crash out. I don't know if it's really...
I don't. As a not the most devout Christian, I'm not gonna say, but I do think there is something that is going to follow you. That's gonna come to you when on the eve of the Lord's Day, right? When you should be celebrating your loved ones, you should be spending time with your families, your friends, giving gifts, just being merry, even if you don't believe, right? Like even if you're just an atheist, just secularly celebrating Xmas, right? You shouldn't have this sort of attitude and be wishing death on people casually, because it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna boomerang back on you hard. And I don't just mean like me and a couple other people talking about you either. I mean like there's gonna be. I mean it's already things aren't working out for him. I feel like 2026 is actually gonna be worse than 2025 for a multitude of reasons, not just this. But this didn't help.
A crash out. I don't know if it's a crash out if you don't yell. And for everyone saying this is how many horrible.
Yes, this was right before Christmas.
Things
he was crashing out like this on fucking Christmas.
Me, I give them back a 10th, and everyone's like, not okay. All right, okay. I don't give a fuck you think of the poster child for health or not. The reality is, I've lost over 100 pounds. I could wipe my own ass without having to leave the shit on a toilet.
It's amazing. Well, hold up. That is something that Surfer did say about PPP. He did say that about PPP did leave something on the toilet, according to Surfer, right? So again, he's getting it from. It's funny. He's getting some of the shit he says from other people in Sector, because these are the people who say stuff like this. People like Sector, Gahul, and Persip, and guys like that. That's who he's getting this info from. he's getting like the deets on dudes from the Sector from other Sector niggas. Xander Vorkov, thanks for the $10. Masucci the Moocher is taking a page out of the Ralph playbook. Engage in drama content while also being an impulsive crybaby who can't handle any of it. Ralph actually can handle shit like this better than Rich can. Ralph, at the very least, he will like get in a fight with somebody over some gay internet shit, and he won't just run away from it. Well, there was that one time when that Still Toe fan confronted Ralph, and he was like bigger than Ralph thought he was gonna be. So Ralph pretended like he didn't know who Still Toe was, and he ran away. But you know, Ralph has been in more fights over some gay internet shit than Rich has ever been in, which is 0. So I'll give that to him at least. He doesn't have. Rich is he's a soft, baby shit soft, half-hearted Yankee boy, right? And he ain't got that southern bluster, that southern ignorance that Ralph has that leads him to crash out.
That's literally something that that PPP had to do. He had to have.
Yes, Ralph has also lost more fights than Rich, who's never been in a fight in his life. So, you know,
his roommate cleaned the shit
is
up.
what it is. You win some, you lose some, unless you're Ralph, who's only lost. Well, no, I actually do think that Ralph did win that fight with against Riley, because by the end of the fight with Riley, Ralph was fighting like 3 or 4 other niggas at once. So I consider that a W just by itself, that he was able to walk away and drive home after that.
Of his toilet. That is a fact. The roommate admitted it. PPP never came out and denied it.
We would ice our golden buns all night.
Oh, well, at this point, it's useless.
This is someone XD level who donated for.
No. 7. Thank you for the £5. Fuentes was the first person I heard say, I'm a real human being. Since then, I can't stop hearing locals say it. It doesn't even make sense.
$1.99 through Super Chat.
Well, it's a meme that Nick picked up from. I don't know who he got it from, right? Maybe he stole it from a Groiper. He probably took it from a Sam Hyde bit, actually. Anyway, part of the reason why Nick started saying it is because people found out he was an IVF baby. He was made in a petri dish. He was concocted in some lab, came from a fucking test tube. So he started saying, I'm a real human being, because people started saying he was like a homunculus, which is what he is, right? So that's the reason why Nick says it. Do I look 5'1" to you, bish? Thank you, Giga Todd Howard, for the $2.
On a lighter note, now we know Santa isn't real. Here's proof. A little Mackenzie wrote to him asking for her site back and didn't. And she never.
No, man, you're the one who causes problems for me, Ames. You got to come see me. You heard my words loud and clear. You wouldn't say it to my face. If you ever do, that would be a different.
Like, dude, you can't do that, dude. You can't say, come see me, and then the dude asks you, okay, where? Like, where do I have to go to, like, what location are you at for me to see you? And then you say, I'm not going to say you and see, and I'm not going to see you in real life. I'm not going to have a confrontation for you. And then after that, you're like, you wouldn't say that to my face, though. Okay. Well, come on, dude. Like, what do you mean? Do you want Ames? I mean, we know where you live because you doxed yourself like a fucking retard. So we know where you live. Do you want Ames to, like, literally just pull up to, like, your doorstep or something and say, hey, Rich, I'm outside? Like, literally, let's have a talk, like you said. Do you want him to, like, spook you, come up to you when you're, like, at Dunkin' Donuts or whatever? Like, what do you want, bro?
Circumstance. I'm not going to say anything else on this stream. We could get caught. How do you like your coffee, brother? That's all you're getting, man. I would like to thank Kino Casino for getting me some more viewers here. I appreciate that. They could both.
You don't want those viewers, buddy. You do not want those type of viewers, right? Like, I got Kino bros watching my content. They watch me for a different reason than they watch you, right? You hate watchers are worse than no watchers, in my opinion. Well, no, that's not true, actually. Hate watchers. Viewership is viewership, but if you're ReviewTechUSA and you can't handle some trolling, then yes, hate watchers are worse than no watchers.
I'll still suck a dick, and hopefully that hard. I wish him actually the best. I wish you perfect health, PPP, and by perfect health, no, I wish you nothing but the worst. Like, there you go. Well, the way PPP has fucking struggles on that toilet. Hope they get this for content, because let's see if they clip this part, because this is true and he knows it.
Bro really thinks they aren't gonna clip this shit, bro. PPP has literally joked about the fucking leaving shit on a toilet thing before. You think he's afraid? It's like when he was bringing up, like the asshole incident when like PPP showed his starfish when he was drunk, or he was bringing up like Andy's, you bringing up Worski's aim stream. Like, nigga, this is old shit that they joke about. Well, you think they are gonna like react to this?
He couldn't wipe the own shit off his roommate used to have that. They almost had that. He had like what seemed more like a breakup than a fallout with his roommate. Kind of weird. You could also look into that too. The roommate's like, yeah, I used to have to clean it. He couldn't be bothered to clean his own shit. How could you talk about me when you can't even do the basic functions of a human being? You have to meet women on Discord, and then you're gonna have the audacity to talk about Lauren? Come on, man.
Like, what is the difference between meeting somebody on Discord and meeting somebody on, like, I don't know, a dating app or website or whatever, right? So long as you aren't doing any, like, groomer Discord kitten type shit, and they're actually, like, two adults just communicating to each other, what's the real difference?
Like, we don't live in your fantasy, dude. You're a pathetic, worthless human being that had to work with someone that you completely hate to remain relevant, because you hated Andy. Tell me where this is crashing out and not accurate. You hated it. When Andy Worski did that stupid shit where he almost got shot, thankfully he didn't. Thankfully he didn't. You were literally crying in front of the camera saying how awful he was, but you wanted and needed a check because you were what was you trying to be, a pastor, you fat ugly fuck? And the thing is, you make up horrible shit about me and about my kid. What I'm saying about you right now has been proven with
that thing too. Part of the reason why the pastor shit didn't work out for PPP is that's Ralph. This is part of the reason. This is part of the lore about why PPP hates Ralph so much, is because back when PPP was a nobody, right? Like, he was basically just the Christian sermonizing nigga who knew Godwinson. That's what PPP was, and he got like maybe double-digit viewers on a good day when he went live, right? Low double digits too, like not even breaking 40 concurrent viewers. He would talk shit about Ralph, and somehow, even though he barely had any viewers at all, Ralph would still like watch what he was saying about him, and he got mad. And so after he had that drunk stream, Ralph ended up sending that shit and sharing that shit with his church. And he ended up getting kicked from the church, and that's why the pastor shit didn't work out for him. So that's like part of the lore about why PPP is such a dyed-in-the-wool Ralph A-log.
receipts.
It's because Ralph took it IRL. It was PvP. For PvP, it was just an internet nigga talking about another internet nigga. Then Ralph took it to another level. And so it's like, all right, well, fuck this guy then.
I'm just saying. So keep running your mouth about my kid. Keep running your mouth about fake shit. At least, even when I was at my fattest, at least I actually wiped my own ass. I didn't have to have my roommate/boyfriend, because I think that was something.
It's actually really ironic when you think about it that Ralph ended up creating one of his greatest A-logs ever. What is PPP is what, top five greatest Ralph A-logs? It's him, it's Josh Moon, it's Warski, it's Medicare. All four of those guys. That's who's the fifth dude though? Who'd be number 5, right? Oh no, I guess no, it'd be Vickers, right? It's Vickers. So with the exception of Vickers, all four of those dudes hate Ralph because, well, no, hold on. No, Medicare. Jim ended up turning on Ralph just because he got tired of having to run defense for the dude. In the case of Josh and Warski, those were his former friends that ended up turning on him because he acted like a cunt to them. And in the case of PPP, they always disliked each other, but Ralph just took it to another level, right? So 4 of his top 5 A-log. Well, no, I guess even in the case of Vickers, right? He ended up creating Vickers because he ended up dropping the sex tape of him and Faith and gunting his daughter, right? He ended up gunting his daughter and sharing a video of it. And then after that, Vickers swore to destroy Ralph no matter what. So literally all of Ralph's worst A-logs are people who he turned into enemies, right? They didn't just start hating him out of nowhere. Well, PPP kind of did. But they only went super hard at him after he decided to take it to that level. So he's created literally every problem in his life. Xander Vorkov, thanks for the $5. He may have gotten PPP kicked out of church, but Ralph never got to build that church. Yeah, it's true.
Going on with that too. Do it for me. I don't know about you. I wouldn't be cleaning up my roommate's shit. I would be moving out of the
Oh yeah, Flamenco, but he kind of burned out
house. So
Flamenco, not just Flamenco, but also Gator, also Rand, pretty much all of the old Gunt Guard. They're kind of proof that if you were ever a Gunt Guard, you were tainted from the beginning, right? It's like Faith. It's like Faith Vickers. Everybody tried to turn Faith into a victim. But it's look, bro, the type of people who genuinely are type of people who are cool with Ralph, maybe there's a 50-50 chance you'll come out better at the end. But usually once a Gunt Guard, always a Gunt Guard, right?
Maybe there was a bear and twink situation going on there. Whoa. I said what I said. If they're that serious, like they said, they could come have a friendly luncheon discussion with me, but they won't. Here's the thing too. I'm actually making money about them talking right now. Why do it off stream? Why waste my time off stream? If they want to waste their time, that's a different story. I don't really think I'd have a problem if they wanted to have an altercation of a fat man that can't even wipe his own ass though. And the thing I would even say, they let them start everything. Yeah, that's weird. The roommate admitted this too. So this is not me making up something. The rest of the roommate's lying. But you know how I know the roommate isn't lying? Because PPP didn't jump out all over that. I bet you there's pictures of that toilet looking like a horror show, and he knows.
Bro, it's so weird how if somebody doesn't jump out to disprove the rumors immediately, that automatically means they're guilty. They don't lie. People don't lie about shit, right? Right? You lie, Rich. You've lied before. Phil lies all the time. Every time that Phil gets an accusation, he immediately jumps in front of it to prove that the trolls are just making something up again. His detractors are just lying about him again, right? Does that mean that, man, I'm just jumbling my words. Does that mean that Phil is actually innocent because he always comes up with some bullshit excuse for why it's not true?
They would put the ex-roommate of his would put them out there. That's what I think it is too. When he really can't walk without assistance, or are you just being sarcastic? I would say that was controlled crash out that I had. So thank you. Oh, we know Andy can't box. He's got his ass kicked. You realize that's where his hatred of these are the people that are so anti,
at least C5. At least Worski stepped into the ring. He stepped into the ring with like a professional boxer. Like Salt Poppy is one of the few misfit niggas who actually had experience in training with boxing before he decided to do the e-celeb boxing shit. Right? At least he was willing to step in the ring with a dude like that. You didn't want to step in the ring with the quartering just because he was training with Sam Hyde, right?
Stop being such a pussy. Take a joke. The reason Andy hates me is because I laughed about him getting his clock fucking cleaned in the ring when it was on Twitter. That's it. That is the reason why he had.
That is not the reason why he doesn't like you.
As a deep-seated hate. That is how much of a
like. We don't need these origin stories, right? Like the reason why I don't like ReviewTechUSA, extremely innocuous reasons. Just like I remember watching that Blackbuster stream, that Blackbuster debate stream with RTU, right? And that was like my first time. I really didn't even pay attention to Rich that much after that. But when I first saw that, I was like, wow, this guy's kind of a retard. And I disliked you ever since. Now, I never liked you. I didn't dislike you passionately like I do now until a couple years ago. But it's like, there's no weird origin story for why I like hate you. I don't even like hate him for real, for real. But there's a reason why. The reason why I don't like your ass is it's very plain and innocuous.
Fucking spineless pussy he is. How insecure he is. That's like teenage girl shit, Andy. I mean, I know you like to fuck teenage girls or try to.
He's projecting, right? Because the reason why he hates these people, there's actually very specific reasons that he sees about.
You act like him, so 100%
it's like the reason why he ended up hating the quartering. And I'm gonna go over this. I have an idea for a stream where I revisit the ReviewTechUSA quartering feud, right? Now that I've done documentaries about both of these guys, right? And I know a lot about both of their lore, I'm going to revisit that feud from years ago and we're going to cover it. But the reason why he ended up seething at the quartering and starting that fight in the future was because Jeremy got an interview with DSP before Rich did, right? He cucked them out of that interview with the king of content, and it was a bad interview, right? You know, it was a shitty interview. It was basically, I don't know, it was kind of like Osmond Gold. It was like the prologue. It was like what the Osmond Gold interview with DSP was basically a sequel to the interview he did with the quartering, where like some big YouTuber just gives DSP a platform he doesn't deserve, and he just throws him these softball ass questions and he doesn't grill him or anything. And he kind of like, Phil ends up like kind of looking good, and it pissed Rich off, along with the fact that he didn't get the interview himself. And that's the reason why he started hating the quartering, right? It's a very, very petty story. Grave Memories, thanks for the $2. Is Rich sped up or is he on stimulants? Oh no, I sped him up. I'm not gonna subject you guys to RTU at normal speed. Maybe that's how he's dropping weight. Yeah, he is losing weight. Thanks for the other $2. He is losing weight. Some people say it's that Ozempic magic. Some people think it's the Diet Coke's finally paying off.
Stupid kid.
It's definitely not exercise because he doesn't leave his house.
We all know Andy can't box anyway, BTW.
He really can't. Wait, he forced his girlfriend to have an abortion? And I'm a pro-choice dude, but the
Aborski. Wait, what's the problem there?
Wait, he forced his girlfriend to have an abortion? And I'm a pro-choice dude.
But what? You're pro-choice. So what? Aborski was able to use his famous silver tongue to convince his girl that, you know, hey babe, it's not worth it. There's no future with us, right? What's the problem, bro?
Choices between two people, not just you. And that's what amazes me.
You're cool with child killing. Like, what's the problem? What's the concept, the context of the child killing? It wasn't good enough for you?
About these I know they don't care and their audience doesn't care. They just want to fucking destroy people, and that's what they get off on. But you're really going to try to be moral fucking arbiters with me? But again, their audience, they just like who they target. They don't care what the target is about. They don't have to have substance to their claims. I don't have a fart in me, man. That's one thing about me. I mean, you know, it's funny on Christmas because I actually ate shit. I was farting like a champ. Yeah.
Eat shit. He said it. Hold up.
They target. They don't care what the target is about. They don't have to have substance to their claims. I don't have a fart in me, man. That's one thing about me. I mean, you know, it's funny on Christmas because I actually ate shit.
He ate shit. ReviewTechUSA is a shit eater. He eats shit. That's what he does, right? He puts it in his mouth, bro. You know, people talk a lot about Indians these days. There's a lot of Indian slander these days. They call them poo flingers, they call them poo jeets and shit like that. They don't call them poo eaters. That's crazy, bro. Imagine admitting to eating poo. He puts it, you know, the people they say Ralph, he stuck that thumb up Faith Vicker's ass and then he sniffed it and then he licked it off his thumb. He didn't just eat it. He didn't go, he didn't just have a 4-course meal on that poo poo. But here goes Rich admitting that he did it on Christmas. Crazy.
I was farting like a chick.
Crazy.
Yeah, Worski is very vindictive and insecure, but he's also really fucking stupid. So I don't know if that's it.
Grave Memories, thanks for another $2. If it is Ozempic, that's irony. Yeah. You know, that's his actual diet. He's on an all poo diet. It's very filling probably. That shit, you know, it just makes him, it just bloats him. He doesn't want to eat anything after that.
Dangerous combo or that kneecaps how malicious he could be because he's really fucking dumb. Like, I don't even know if that I could say that. Oh, Rich, that's your opinion. No, I think that's fairly factual. I also consciously tried.
That's literally an opinion, though. It's like actually subjective. Calling somebody dumb. Like maybe if like Worski took a IQ test and you said his IQ is like 87 or something, then you could say something like he's actually like retarded, and that would be objective. But saying something like he's dumb, that's literally a subjective opinion, Rich.
To not.
It's actually dumb that you don't know what the difference between a subjective opinion and an objective fact is.
Lose my shit like I normally would. I still think I got my point across. And I promise you, I take nothing back on what I said about PPP.
Grave Memories, thanks for the $2. Irony because Trump made it cheap and he hates him. Yeah, he hates Trump. He hates Trump for making his precious Ozempic cheaper. He hates RFK Jr. for making him eat healthy foods. He can't use his baby mama's food stamps to fucking buy all the Kool-Aid and sweets he wants anymore. RFK Jr. put a stop to that.
Baker places and shit. Yeah. Like, you were really good.
All right, and that's that. Firestorm Gaming, 4619. Thanks for the $2. If you're on a stem, weight loss isn't a flex. That's true. If you're taking Ozempic, good for you for losing the weight. But look, bro, you didn't get that shit the right way. It's like bragging about your gains when you're juiced to the gills, bro. You know that was the sauce, bro. That wasn't your hard work. Fucking bragging about some shit. And now, hold on. Again, thanks again, Critique Critics, and also Review Clips USA. Couldn't do it without you guys. Well, maybe we could do it, but it would be way more arduous. So we appreciate you guys for doing a lot of heavy lifting. So now, what we're going to look at now is we got several clips from the same stream. I didn't have time to clip these, but here's what it is. It was a stream he did, this says, there you go. It was on the 27th, 2 days ago. And these are all little segments I decided to break up because I was too lazy to clip them. Because I have somebody, a guy you guys know, who asked me to do a thing for them, right? He asked me to do a little bit of editing magic, so I have to get on that. So I didn't have time to edit this in time for the stream today. But we're going to get to this in... This is just 3 parts from this very long stream, which we're not going to watch. And as you can notice, literally all of them fall on some screenshot of Phil, right? And these are all very different timestamps, right? This one is at not even an hour in. He's looking at Phil. We go to 3 hours in. He's looking at something else related to Phil. We go to 4.5 hours in. He's still looking at something related to Phil. He will bring up, there's not just a Phil segment, right? This is something like the Kino Casino. They'll do like a Phil segment and they'll like segment it for a certain part. And it'll just talk about Phil in that part and they won't bring him up again. Rich will like do an hour about Phil and then he'll do something else. And then he'll come back, do another hour about Phil. And then he'll do something else. And then he'll come back and he'll end the stream on another hour of Phil up. And that's just, it's just Phil all throughout. Like, fucking detractors actually talk about Darkside Phil less than ReviewTechUSA does. He's actually obsessed with this man he's got tattooed on his arm. So we got this right here. Hold on. What the fuck are my timestamps? No. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So this one is him rejecting money from a troll donor.
This in the future once I get used to using it. The thing is you know, it's different. It's way different doing stuff like this.
At Pulse Attack donated $5 through Super Chat. As usual, you can't decide what to do with your life. The second channel is a failure and your politics suck. Go see your kid cause she can't see you. I emoji.
See, no, here's the thing about that, here's the thing about that comment, that post he just made, that chat. As usual, you can't decide what to do with your life. The second channel is a failure. See, this is objectively true. And your politics suck. Now, this is subjective. His politics don't get a lot of views, and it alienates a lot of his audience. So if we're talking about this purely from a metric standpoint, that is also kind of objectively true. Your politics don't perform well on your channel. Go see your kid because she can't see you. Again, objectively true. His daughter can't see. She can't see him. He doesn't really see her that often. He should be like a more attentive father. So see, this is actually, you could say this is a troll donation, but when you really look at it, when you really break it down, this guy is just speaking facts. He's giving Rich some good advice here. So let's see how he reacts.
As usual, you can't decide what to do with your life. The second channel is a failure and your politics suck. Go see your kid cause she can't see you. I emoji.
We would ice our golden buns all night.
You have a golden cucumber too? Are you who I think you are?
Chat. Rich, my tipples are incredibly firm. Churn fresh butter from my hole, accept the fresh harvest and spread it on my toast.
Huh. You know what? Hold on. This is kind of petty on my part, but look at this shit. Rich, my tipples are incredibly firm. Churn fresh butter from my hole, accept the fresh harvest and spread it on my toast. His super chats are so fucking lame, dude. They just do the same weird, unfunny, pseudo fall gay inside jokes that he does, right? That are even less funny. They're already not funny when Rich does it. They're even less funny when they do it. I'm so glad, I'm so blessed to have a chat that's actually funny. You guys actually say shit that makes me laugh. You know, I'm so blessed to not have to deal with niggas like this.
Rich, my tipples are incredibly firm. Churn fresh butter.
You're an interesting case. What did I do to you?
This is a former fan. Post Attack is a former fan, and he's trying to, like, he doesn't understand. What did I do to you? He doesn't understand. Why would somebody who was actually a dedicated fan of mine hate me enough now to send me something like that, right? It doesn't even occur to him why. And this is something that, like, it amazes me, and that's why he's really a lolcow. He's unable, he doesn't have self-awareness, and he can't really self-reflect on anything. Again, it took him like a year to realize that getting rid of his million subscriber channel was a bad idea, right? It took him forever to figure that one out. So it doesn't compute in his mind, what could I actually have done to make this guy that mad?
Yeah, you've been around since 2017. Kind of wondered what happened to you. Oh, well. Not a troll account. You have the golden. How long have you been a member for? That's insane. Well, now you're gone again. There was probably a reason I blocked you before. Why donate? You could return them now. That's why. Why do you think you're seeing more of those?
I feel like if you just foster a good audience, like even with the return policy, the refund policy for super chats now, I feel like as long as you foster a good community, you foster people who actually fuck with you and your content, it won't be that big of a deal, right? Like, I'm not worried about that shit. But, you know, Rich, he knows that there are a lot of people in his audience. He was saying he was bragging in the clip we just watched about how, oh, you guys gave me, Kino Casino gave me a lot of fans. Well, hey, congratulations. Now you got people like that who's going to send you a super chat just to fuck with you, and then they'll refund it later. I'm glad you got all those casino bros who fucking hate you and they just want to dump on you now.
And just standing in front of the
got all these jilted ex-fans of yours who want to do it too.
Webcam and filming. So I'm curious, you know, how this looked. I'd love feedback. And I'm going to listen to it myself now and see how it was. But thank you all for watching. Happy holidays, everyone. Hope you're having a great Christmas. I'll be back in a couple days to get you all caught up on the Level 1 podcast.
Well, you just don't like my policy. If you support Trump at this point, I'm just going to say you're a piece of shit. It's not like 2016 anymore, or even pre-January 6, 2020. I'm saying the same thing I've said 60 times. Now, at this point, you're just an awful person that is pro-pedophilia. There's no nuance to it anymore. I'm not going to sit there and cater to people like that. There you go. So you could be as vile as you want to, and I'll call you the pieces of shit that you are. The era of when they go low, we go high. Yeah, thanks, Michelle. No.
That was never a thing. I don't know where this idea is. Sometimes I see leftists and they'll say some shit like, oh, you know, we're tired of taking the high road. We're tired of just trying to play fair while they play dirty. You motherfuckers have been playing dirty since like Obama was in office. Like the truth is, both sides have actually been playing dirty forever, like for decades, right? But it's like this idea that, they've been the noble ones, and it's really the conservatives, the Republicans, who have been cheating, and they've been taking all the low blows and shit. Nigga, shut the fuck. That wasn't a real thing. But also, there's this thing about Rich where, like, the need to alienate people. Because I used to say that Rich has commitment issues, which he does, but it's less of a commitment issue and more of a, I just want to do whatever I want all the time, no matter what. Rich really, really wants to talk about politics. So even though it does alienate a lot of his audience, he doesn't give a fuck, because he actually does, like, he has Trump derangement syndrome. Having Trump derangement syndrome as we're about to approach big 2026 is just fucking embarrassing, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Over a decade of of Trump derangement syndrome, decade of TDS. Come on, bro. But it's like, Rich isn't in a position to want to, like, turn away dudes who just happen to like Trump, right? Right? It's like the Michael Jordan, Republicans buy sneakers too. Look, dude, you've been struggling all year long. You were struggling in like late 2024. To be sure with you, you are not leaving this year on a high note. And for you to continue alienating people and burning bridges and telling, like, basically half the country, right? It's like Trump won the popular vote. So it's not like you're just targeting a fringe minority. You're like a considerable amount of people. And you're just telling them, hey, fuck off. You're not welcome here. I don't want your money. I don't want your time. I don't want anything, right? And you're also alienating the people who may not like Trump, but they just don't want you to be so ass blasted about politics and shit all the time. They just want you to react to Phil, or they want you to talk about some gaming shit or something like that. They want you to play Bloodborne. They want you to do shit like that, right? You're just burning bridges with these people. When it's like when Phil wants to do whatever he wants all the time too. And so is no, not Jeremy. Jeremy has more discipline than that, actually. Jeremy actually does have way more discipline than Rich does, which is very embarrassing for ReviewTechUSA. But it's just like with Phil. Phil also wants to do whatever the fuck he wants to do all the time, no matter what. But at least Phil, in his case, all he has is a fat wife who he barely talks to, even though they live in the same house together. And apparently, is Cat still missing? Some people say that Cat is missing. I don't know about that. But all he has is a fat wife and a cat, right? He has no kids. He doesn't live in a house with aging parents, right? He doesn't have any responsibilities, really. He doesn't have anybody who he has to provide for. Rich, you do. And you're like, you should be chasing the bag. Rich is somebody who actually has a justifiable reason to try and grift a little on the internet, to try and grease some palms and milk as much money off of YouTube as he can, because he has kids, right? He has kids and two aging parents that he has to be saving up a nice little nest egg to take after. But he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about putting himself in a precarious financial situation where he won't be able to not only not take care of the people around him, but not even take care of himself in another 5-10 years. Even fucking Wings of Redemption came out and was like, well, I don't want to be in a position where I have to rely on the fucking government. I have to rely on some aid from some federal agency in order to pay my bills. I don't want to be in a position like that. Rich doesn't even have that. Rich doesn't even have the sense of wings of redemption, right? And this is why he's a piece of shit. This is why he's selfish, because he would rather seethe. He would rather seethe about MAGA. He'd rather seethe about Trump. He would rather see that all these people, right, and just talk about politics than just say, I don't know, just like, I don't know, not put himself in what he wants first so he can make a little bit more money so he could provide for himself and the people around him, right? He's a retard.
They go low, you rip their fucking balls off, metaphorically.
Anyway, that was that clip. We're going to move on now. So this is him seething about MAGA even more.
Of Washington is allowed to gamble on that site for some reason.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I didn't forget about that. It's archived, right? All of this shit where he wanted to leave the country. He said he wanted to leave the country when Trump got elected and shit. Wanted to relocate. He either had two ideas. Either A, he was going to relocate his entire family, like just uproot their whole lives because he was so ass mad, so ass blasted, bussy blasted about Trump winning the election. Or he was going to leave his family behind and run away like Ralph did when he went to Mexico, right? Just abandon his wife and kid. That's what he was going to do. It's one of those two.
Yeah, wasn't he offered? I'll keep that poll till the rest is 10-point lead for the.
So the poll he's talking about here is that he put up a poll to see how many people wanted political content, right? He put up a poll for do people actually want the political content? And the political content is winning barely by like 10 points in this poll. Now, for those of you who watched my ReviewTechUSA documentary, you know that Rich has actually been caught botting and faking polls before. He once faked a poll so that he could he once faked the poll so that he could put a goal up. He had a poll to say, hey, should we set a goal this stream? And he was botting. He was botting the poll undeniably because more people were voting than were actually watching his stream, right? It was undeniably botting the poll so he could put the goal up. So this really could just be another example of him trying to bot so he could get the results he wants. So it's already worthless. But let's watch this.
He offered. I'll keep that poll till the rest is 10-point lead for the politics stuff. Oh man, Pulse Attack is going to be angry. Good.
Because when you register for it, you need to actually.
What made me bring that up? It's just like, you ever like, I mean, if you're a streamer, I hate the word creator, influencer, but whatever. If you do this for a living, you think of, I'm sure even if people who have a bunch of followers, it happens like, what happened to this guy? He was always here all the time. And then something like that happens, like, now I know what happened to you. So a lot of times when you wonder about somebody, more than likely it's something like that.
Give your real residence, like your real address and everything, in order to use it properly for tax purposes and everything. And when you put in any Washington address, it says ban. So sadly, even if I wanted to explore an opportunity like that, which by the way, Christ. I wasn't 100% locked into at all.
I'm sorry, I forgot to put this at higher speed.
Considering it, I still.
Thank God that didn't happen for you, because we know that you are addicted to that shit, and you would.
To this day, don't know anything about it, like how it would work, how I would actually make the commission, what the commission would be like. I don't know any of that yet. We didn't get to that part because basically they were going to make me an offer, and I was like, well, before you give me the actual.
Apparently, he's a diehard Kino Casino fan now, and he made a comment about my politics sucking and a comment about my daughter before. I guess I know what happened to him.
Oh, he got stolen.
Are you even sure I can do
got
it?
Cucked, got cucked by the casino. They took another one.
State in the United States is different, and is basically different laws.
And man, he was around for years. And again, I don't like. Well, I do care what he said. He could go fuck himself. But the hell happened?
It's crazy that he's asking that. Like, he's like, what the hell happened? Like, what do you think? What do you like? Does he just blank? Does his mind just go blank on the whole like past 2 years? Like, what do you think happened? What do you think could have happened in the past 2 years that might make a die-hard Review Tech USA fan no longer want to fuck with you? In fact, not only want to not fuck with you, but want to start fucking with people who are making fun of you. What do you think could have happened? What events, what series of events from early 2024 to like late 2025 could have made like a diehard Review Tech USA fan from 2018 turn on you, Britch? What do you think? Do you come up with anything at all?
Well, then there was, I'll talk about him. Remember Kyle, that fucking piece of shit? How's blindly defending a pedophile going, Kyle? Let me know. He's another one. It's funny. The only reason I thought of him is, again, I go on X, I use Grok on there, right? Or whenever I...
Here's the code. I go on X just to use Grok. That's all he does.
The only reason I thought of him is, again, I go on X, I use Grok on there, right?
That's all he does. He doesn't do anything else. He definitely doesn't lurk the tractor accounts and see what everybody's talking about. He definitely doesn't do that.
Or whenever I share my links for live streams, I have the link where it shares it on X because it gives like a synopsis and it gives the YouTube link. So I do that.
He definitely also doesn't have any sock accounts that he's stalking people with. Definitely no sock accounts that he, is using to follow certain accounts so they don't know that he's paying attention to what they're saying.
And I guess Kyle was talking about me. I'm like, wonder what the fuck he's up to. I know he lost his mind. All he does is like tweet libs of TikTok, all that insane right-wing shit. I'm like, now I know what happened with you too. But again, whatever, go fuck yourself.
In fact, some states in this country.
No, there was literally this guy named Kyle Denson. He was here all the time, and the reason I bring him up...
Denson? Oh, wow. What was his name?
No, there was literally this guy named Kyle Denson. He was here all the time, and the reason I bring him up...
Oh, he had a really die-hard Review Tech USA fan called Kyle Denson. You can't... The writers get really lazy sometimes.
He was another one at a public freak out as well. Yeah, Kane is just... Listen, some people... I think Comic Book may have... I'm kidding. May have come with a detractor because I played Elden Ring again. That was a fun little playthrough, though, that part, though.
You can do the online gambling thing, and others you can't. It just so happens the one I live in, you can't.
Yeah, Seymour, you get... It's always bizarre to me where people who were okay, like Kyle, I knew he was more conservative, right? It's weird to bring up someone specifically, but he's such a perfect example, and it was fairly public. I knew that, but I was like, all right, we're going to disagree on things, but he was okay, but something... After Trump got reelected, something fucking snapped in his head.
It was him. It was something snapped in Kyle's head, right? It was definitely nothing that Rich did. Definitely nothing that Rich said. He definitely didn't go on any rants, right? About how people like Kyle who just happen to vote for Trump are like evil, pedo-shielding pieces of shit. He definitely didn't go on any rants constantly about politics, about how Charlie Kirk's widow was in on his assassination, right? And there's this whole pedo cabal who assassinated Charlie Kirk and shit. He definitely didn't do anything like that, right? It was all Kyle. Kyle lost it.
What the fuck?
And what I've noticed too now, because even MAGA lights, a lot of them, even people who were a little more than MAGA light have jumped off. The people that are left are now more dedicated and more extreme.
So then I can do. He just did 3 attacks in a row in the time when I got to do 1 attack. How am I supposed to fight that attack? He gets...
Because you have to remember, I know I'm blabbering about this, but it's so true. A lot of these people, their entire life existence has been MAGA for the past decade.
That's you, bro. Like, what do you mean? Just because you're not a fan of Trump, just because you hate Trump, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean you're not obsessing about him. It's like Dave Moscato. Dave Moscato hates Trump. He sees about Trump. Dave Moscato probably hates Trump way more than RTU ever could. And he absolutely has been obsessed with him in MAGA since like the original election, right? Since back before Bernie dropped out, he was seething about Trump, right? It's like you guys have Trump derangement syndrome. It's just like you got the QAnon MAGA niggas who are just, they are obsessed with Trump to death. They just want to glaze him. They just want to eat his orange shit. They just want to lick the orange right off of him and shit, right? Absolutely. They are obsessed with that dude to an unhealthy degree. The Trump derangement guys on the other side of the aisle, they're just the opposite version of that. And that is you, Rich. All right, 32 frets, 66C. Thanks for the $10. My least favorite thing about Rich is the grandstanding and the virtue signaling. He will play this sermon about Phil to his cult while hypocritically doing the same thing the next day, self-unaware.
That is.
Oh yeah, the I should have did this more. Nate Virgil. I should have put that. Well, I kind of put it in my original documentary, but I didn't put the whole thing, the whole crash out stream he had about well, not Trump. He did have some rants about Trump, but the crash out stream about Jan 6th in particular and shit like that. After that, he was like super. He was, even when Trump was out of office, right? He was still seething at him.
Has been what they've existed for. So now that it's
I say Trump, it's really conservatives in general.
If they've bought into this lie, the cultist part of MAGA, which is most of them, but like I said, a portion has went away.
Oh no, are you talking about? Oh, you mean Dave Moscato? Yes, Dave Moscato was seething at Trump before the nomination. Yes,
like they have to attack because their past 10 years of their life where they've existed for this movement is for naught. So the ones that are still left, which is millions upon millions, they're all in and they're more extreme now because they feel like if this movement falls, their entire life is a failure. Guess what? It is. And I don't listen. And some of these motherfuckers, a lot of them I get, like, listen, man, there's people here, I won't name the person again, but I appreciate it. Like, listen, man, I voted for Trump again, but I regret it. And I realize what I did. I respect those people. But if you're one of them now that's still defending him to the point that you'll attack other people and you're sitting there with the horrible shit that they're pedophiles and pedophile defenders and you're defending them because you just want your team to win. No, you don't.
This was made again. This is 27. This is after there were a lot of redacted Epstein files that were dropped, but we found out Epstein was actually cool. Here's the thing, apparently being cool with Jeffrey Epstein turned out to be a very bipartisan, politically neutral thing. I don't know, I guess that outside of the whole, pedophile shit, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were just like cool as fuck. I don't know, Jeffrey Epstein just seemed like he was a cool ass nigga to hang out with. And everybody liked to hang out with the dude, outside of the whole pedophile island thing. He seemed like he was the chill dude to hang out with. So I don't understand why he keeps trying to make this about Trump and conservatives and shit. There are more photos. There are more photos of Bill Clinton with Jeffrey Epstein than photos of Jeffrey Epstein with Trump.
You don't get to live it down. If you're still on board now,
I'm not even trying to defend the Republicans here in this scenario. I'm just saying it was a bipartisan problem, hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody seemed to think that Jeffrey Epstein was a cool dude while he was alive.
It's to be fucking tattooed. It needs to be a scarlet letter on your fucking chest. You need to be embarrassed and shamed for the rest of your existence. So once this fucking fascist fever dream is all said and done, and you think you're going to crawl back so you can be accepted by the sane people in society, nope, fuck you.
Nigga, this is not that serious. Like, what is he? I don't understand why he decided at the age, in fucking middle age. Imagine only getting deep into politics when you're middle-aged. Middle-aged is where people who've been obsessing about politics since they were teenagers or in their early 20s start mellowing out. Like, I expect by middle age, Nick Fuentes is going to be way more moderate and chill about politics compared to how he is right now, right? And for Rich, it's the opposite. He was completely ambivalent about politics up until his late 20s, early 40s, and then he all of a sudden started to care. He decided to become a bread tuber. Imagine trying to become a bread tuber in your 40s when you've barely talked about politics your entire life.
Fuck you. You're vile, hateful pieces of shit. And you being in a cult is not an excuse.
It's crazy that he hasn't even done any research. He hasn't read any books. He probably hasn't read a single book about politics his entire life. Everything he knows, he got from some other content creator, right? He got from a Kyle Kalinske. He didn't even get from like a liberal content creator. He gets it shit from like Candace Owens too, right? Giga Todd Howard, thanks for the $2. Kuklinski sees about Trump daily. That's why.
Get the fuck out.
You know, that's probably what it is. Trump, like, Rich is just mirroring what he sees the other concern. Only reason why he's seething this hard about Trump and fascism and whatever is because all the people who he gets all of his opinions from are doing that. So he's just playing copycat. 32 Frets, 66C, thanks for the $2. Rich acts like a child pretending to be an adult. Yeah, that's why he's so shitty at raising them.
Me versus my one.
Anyway, that's enough for that. Now we're gonna get to this final one, right? And then we're gonna call that a stream. I hope it's been I hope the stream's been good for you guys so long. This one is gonna take a while. This one is gonna be Rich streaming about Keemstar again. Like, nigga, let it go. You would think. See, I can understand. Corruption point 8498. Thanks for the $2. I think my super chat slid by. Did it? Hold on, let me see. It did. I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. Corruption point 8498. Thanks for the $5. His obsession with Trump and leftoid politics is so insufferable, especially since he's ignorant and does the same thing he goes after MAGA for. Exactly. He has no self-awareness, right? Like, people without self-awareness, people who can't self-reflect, people who just can't listen to people who share different opinions to them really have no business talking so strongly about politics. They really don't. But anyway, he's going to be seething about Keemstar again. And this is the most one-sided rivalry in Rich's life. Because when it comes to somebody like, well, it's kind of like the quartering again, because the quartering also didn't really talk about ReviewTechUSA. He had that one clip that triggered him, that one clip that started Rich seething, where this was after the DSP interview shit, right? So that was the thing that first started teeing Rich off and made him sour towards the quartering. But the thing that really sent him over the edge was that one clip where he started comparing him to Chris Chan and Darkside Phil. Ironic. I really should have put that in my documentary about the quartering, because that's a very ironic clip, because now he's in there too. Now he's in there. Rich is in there. Fuck, what the fuck is that nigga who's into the fart porn name? Keffels is in there, right? Like, they're all lolcows too. They're all part of the lolcow nexus and shit. But that's when Rich really started getting on him, and he started feuding against the quartering, and quartering didn't want no smoke for real. Quartering put out one video about Rich telling him, hey bro, fuck off. I don't care. I'm not into this little fight that we're having, right? Oh, you guys say, oh, look at all those different names you guys gave. iDubbbz, Bo Blacks, Animated James. It's like, Mikey, you have to be more specific. Who are you talking about? I should have said trans too. Narrowed it down a little bit. Okay, but yeah, they're all locals. And that's what made him mad. And he started feuding against quartering. Quartering didn't care. And Rich just kept going. And it's the same thing right now with him and Keemstar. Keemstar does not care about Rich or whatever the fuck he's doing unless he can, like, make content out of it. Maybe if Rich wanted to come back on Lolcal Live, he would throw him a bone and he would pretend to pay attention to him. But there's no reason. There's no reason for him to see this much about Keem still. But he's going to.
Of what I promised.
Oh, you guys said so Bo Blacks. See, this still didn't narrow. Trans fart porn fetishes still is not narrowing it down enough.
Gave you the content, and you can watch the content as part of the archives.
Yeah, it has to be a fake crash shot. I don't even have to see it. It is. The one where he was with the axe, he was having, granted, probably a narcissistic fake crash, but it was still a real for Boogie crash out. And they made a bunch of money. Keemstar said it.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of porn tapes of Jay and I.
The Jay and Rich porn tape.
He said he's visiting here in January, so we'll make more. Thank you for being a member for 22 months, my friend. Oh, I'm sure. Mark will. I'm sure. I'll believe it a year from now. He has to have like a Becky hiatus. And I even hear, even after all the shit that happened and Becky fucking being completely gone off the internet, deservedly so, I hope her life is fucking miserable.
I feel like he hates Becky the most out of everybody. He hates Becky the most out of everybody, which is funny, right? He hates Becky more than he hates that girl who shared his dick pic, right? His dick vid, which is weird, right? Like, cause she literally released revenge porn. That was actual revenge porn of Rich that girl did, and he forgave her more than he forgave Becky.
I hear rumors
who really didn't even talk about him that much after they got into that one fight on stream.
He would still take her back. Of course he would, because he knows that's another train wreck that would be a.
He's just mad that Becky never gave him a crumb. He's mad that he put in all that effort and it came to nothing. Right? This is how the quartering is going to be with Melanie Mack in a few years.
Circle of content,
maybe next year,
for all the shows to sustain themselves with. That's why Amberlynn Reed is there. She's the spiritual successor to Becky.
Oh wait, I haven't been paying attention to LOLCOW. Did Keem recruit Amberlynn Reed? Because I heard because YouTube, they did something, they had a policy change. And what it did is it made it so that technically, because Amberlynn Reed's content was kind of like, it was breaking TOS now, apparently, what she was doing. So she couldn't make that ad revenue anymore. So is this her idea? Her idea is like, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to throw it back for Keemstar now. Oh my God. That's a great find. That's actually a great find for Keemstar, if that's true. Oh, he did? All right. Well, shit. Congratulations, Keemstar. That's a great recruitment, bro. Drewski, thanks for the $2. Isn't he supposed to be jolly at his weight and age? You would think so, but nah.
Stream, which I left live on this channel.
They're demonetizing the eating stuff since it could be considered self-harm. Wow. I mean, I guess technically this probably, this might actually be the thing that saves Amberlynn Reed's life, right? YouTube stopping her from making money from eating herself to death. This might actually be the best thing. And Keemstar is gonna have her doing all sorts of stupid shit like he does with like he did with Boogie in Wings. He's gonna have her doing cartwheels, and he's gonna take her to fat camp. He's gonna make her eat a salad for the first time in like 20 years, right? This might actually be the best thing to have ever happened to Amberlynn Reed in a very weird way.
Just for this purpose, so that someone couldn't try to say that I didn't do it. Because it did. You can watch it right now. Okay? Now, if you actually think that I did not fulfill my end.
This is from that YouTuber who does that voice change stuff with him. The best one was with the one where Phil sounds like this. I went and did 2 Nintendo Switch 2 orders, and my detractors got both of them canceled. When that dude has that voice with Phil, I fucking die laughing. I think it's so much funnier than the kid voice. I think the kid voice kind of is cringy, actually.
Of the deal.
Have I seen the DSP and the DSP movies the Kino Casino made? I'll be honest, I haven't. I saw a bit of the first one, but I was busy. So I had to stop watching it. I never got back to it. I plan on watching them both later.
Because I didn't play the intro that says DSP tries it. Then hold on 1 second, ready?
H-Bomb. When he does the one where Phil is talking like this. All right, on today's episode of
John
DSP
Diaper,
tries
thanks
it.
for the $5. Do you think that Rich's mom has to walk by his cot in the basement when she has to use the washing machine? Does he sleep next to Xmas storage boxes? Yeah, maybe he has like a little... he doesn't even have a pull-out bed anymore. He just has like a tent or maybe a futon. Maybe he sleeps on the floor, right? Like he can't even... it's crazy to me, right? This is how I know. This is how you know that Rich is really struggling. It's the pull-out bed shit, right? Because... bro, how can you not at least afford a queen size or something? A queen size wouldn't be enough for Rich, but how can you not at least afford something to fit your big ass, right? You gotta sleep on a pull-out bed in the basement, bro? Like, for real? And he's gonna, like, whenever we say anything about how Rich is kind of struggling financial-wise, even though we literally have, like, we have the receipts. We know you've been, like, refinances your house and shit like that. We know you were complaining about the electric bill and whatever the fuck. We know that this is true. You were trying to grift for a car. This is not what rich people do, right? It's like rich grifter, poor grifter. Same thing with Jeremy. Except in Jeremy's case, Jeremy and Rich are like the opposite. You have Rich, who claims to be doing great, even though he's obviously he's financially devastated. And then on the other end, you have Jeremy, who constantly like cries out to his audience that, oh guys, the business is in trouble, my channel's in trouble, guys, I really want you to support, things aren't going so well. But he's obviously like opulently like doing fine. Like nigga has like, he's wearing somebody's fucking mortgage on his wrists. His watches are so expensive. He has all these antique arcade machines. He has a modded cyber truck. He's got all this fucking shit, right? It's like, nigga, you don't need to e-beg like this. It's like they're two opposite people. Quiet Rider, thanks for the $5. Ending the year with stitches on my finger is still a better way than Rich ended this year. Happy New Year, Mikey, to more lolcow dots in 2026. Well, I hope your finger gets better, bruh.
I got a rarity Taco Bell. They're fucking hilarious when he has like these like a pretentious gay guy fitting to Phil's like personality. Have a good night, Google account. Oh, I don't want to do. I'm not going to. Trust me, I'm not going to become a Phil commentary channel.
What, bro? What do you think this shit? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Phil. Let me see. Let's see. Phil. Let's see. Phil again. You know, hold on. I'm just gonna. Fuck it. Let me just put in a stuff. I'm gonna put it in X. Let's see what I get. Okay, we're gonna put in here and let me see.
I'm recording this late at.
Oh no, never mind. This is the wrong thing. What I mean to do, let me just click on a random live stream. I'm gonna click on a random live stream from 4 months ago. Okay. Oh, never mind. Phil! Literally, I just started. Okay, let me try something else. Something that doesn't have Phil. Something not a... Okay. Members only. Oh, members only, but it's free. Okay. Did you, like, make it not members only? Anyway. Okay. All right. Hey, there's no Phil here.
I can enjoy that.
All right. Hey, look, he's actually not talking about Phil here.
Supporters. Let's see.
He's actually not talking about Phil. Okay, so one stream out of 100, you're not talking about Phil. You are 100%. Oh, that's the wrong thing. You are 100% a Dark Side Phil commentary channel. That's like 60, maybe even 70% of your content, bro.
God, so many votes. Okay. I will think. I may stick to the ASMR for like 6 months and then go from there. It is what it is. I made the channel and I'll stick to it for now. See what happens. It's going well. Maybe for the size of the channel for now.
What was that?
And then go from there. It is what it is. I made the channel and I'll stick to it for now. See what happens. It's going well. Maybe for the size of the
saying it's going well. He keeps saying that it's going well. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean Tech 25 ASMR is going well, dude? Like, look at these views. This is well? Bro, man. Come on, man. This is terrible, Rich. These are views that I was making back when I first started my well, that's not true. My first 3 videos, I feel I made maybe triple digits. It was, hold on. Let me see, because I'm not sure, right? I'm actually not sure. Let me see. It was here. The Dave Moscato video was the first one. It didn't really pop off, but it was the first time I got like 4-digit views, right? So by my 3rd video, I was doing about as well, if not better, than in literally every video. Like, I got like about that on the Dave Moscato video. So I was the best video on his channel so far after fucking 7 months. It was doing like as about as good as my 3rd video ever on my channel. Your channel isn't doing well. As a matter of fact, I hate to do it to him. I hate, I don't hate to do it to him. That is absolutely a lie. I love to do it to him. But we're going to go to Tech 25 ASMR. Can I even find it? Yes, I've typed out the whole thing. And okay, he's gaining about 10 subs a week. Let's see, that's like a little over 100 after a month. He got about 3,000 views in the past month. Wow, bro. I got about that much in like the first 30 minutes to an hour of my quartering video that I just dropped. Way to go. Way to go, Rich. But it's going well, guys.
Channel, I became a partner. I got monetized. I'm fully monetized. So.
Oh, it was monetized. He's making $2 off of it. He's making $2 off of that channel every month. So, that means, hey.
TSP tries it.
He's got motion.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that special edition of TSP tries it. Okay, good stuff.
The AI doing his laugh is wild.
And good evening, everybody.
The dude who makes these videos that Rich is reacting to is way more creative than him. Right? Like, he just did like a little AI thing over Phil's voice. And that alone was more creative than anything that like Rich has ever done involving Phil content ever.
I was.
Bro, why are you picking pictures of me? That's literally from 2016. I could tell. I could tell from the background. This is when I was in the old place with Lauren. I could tell because I have negative.
Back when I used to live with the mother of my kids.
Negative neck, and I have that.
I decided to move back in with my parents, though.
Weird, corny ass beard.
Incredibly frightened to do this piece here.
Yeah, you're frightened for the wrong reasons, PWR. R2 would probably just watch this on his live stream and laugh at it. You should be.
Oh, I mean, well.
And more ridiculous.
But this.
You're fucking so all over the years. You say so much. You talk like.
RTU by somebody claiming to be a lifelong RTU fan and supporter.
Wait, this PWR was slandering ReviewTechUSA.
A true, genuine.
I love me some lolcow on lolcow violence. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't aware this happened.
Why do you talk like this? This is why you can't get people to watch you. You're fucking so all over the years. You say so much, yet say so little, PWR.
At least he's saying something. Like, what the fuck you mean? What dude was all like,
you say so much, yet say so little, PWR.
Talking about saying little. At least he said something, nigga.
How all your fans are true and genuine.
We would ice our golden buns all night.
At Phoenix 1
It's 10 degrees. What's the temperature here? Temperature is 13 here.
It's 10 degrees here, and I'm in bed with a heated blanket. This is heaven.
Genuine and will always.
I feel like PWR became a RTU detractor, not because Rich goes so hard at Phil, but because I think he wants the Kino Casino to notice him again, so he can get like another. They can bless him with another stimulus package, and he can get some more money for some more of that Sosa, some more of that white goodness.
Your best interests in mind.
Of RTU, that successful streamer, that successful entity.
Oh God, this video is from 2014.
He literally looks exactly the same as he does in this video, right? Maybe slightly smaller. Bro acts like he was a whole different person. You're basically the exact same dude now as you were then, except now you're like seething about politics, and you make less money.
That fucking chin strap beard is so terrible.
He's had gray hairs on his beard forever.
Oh my God.
He's literally looked like an old man since he was like 29 or 30.
Oh my God. Well, this is the way to end the night, huh?
This is some very weak sauce shit, but that's why he's watching it, right? This is the reason why he's watching this, because he would never, right? Like, he won't watch actual like detractor content of his that actually puts some fire to his ass, he won't do that.
That was when I did the video of the Advanced Warfare Xbox unboxing. Say, I didn't actually. No, there's.
Did I fuck up the timestamp? Like he's supposed to talk about Keemstar here. I gotta go and look in the transcript. Because I could have swore.
People like that video is a known thing. That video is kind of an oddly one of the more infamous things I've.
Oh, it was before this. Oh shit, dude. It was way earlier. Hold on, let me see something. It was. Yeah, it was way earlier. I went way too far. Let's see, was it here? It was right. We'll just go through all of them and we'll see. 32 Brex 66C, thank you for the $20. I got into a call with PWR and absolutely obliterated Rich. Guaranteed if Rich listened, he'd go all right, then click out immediately. He only knows how to pick a fight with people that can't fend for themselves. That is true. Every time he's ever picked a fight with anybody who was like somewhat competent, who could somewat talk on a mic, he lost against the Blackbuster Critic, lost against Keemstar multiple times, lost against King Sly, lost against Ames, lost against Grace Thorpe, lost against PWR. Mr. Swagtastic, thanks for the $5. Mikey, you did it again with your latest vid. Definitely do a skeptic vid. Much love. Oh, I will be getting to the skeptics in 2026.
Worse than DSP and Keem and so on.
You know what's funny too is, you know what it is that they know they have no substance to their ideology anymore. So that's why the person their form of income. So here comes Hero Keem to swoop in, and she could still make a living.
He's talking about Amber Lynn.
Oh, what happened with her, right? I think we watched the August the Duck video here where YouTube is they are considering where people gorge themselves to death on food.
YouTube has finally gotten on the fat phobic timing. They finally came. Man, I'm sorry. I can't bring myself to hate Neil Mahan. You know, he's just he does a lot of fuck shit, right? Especially with the AI, because you know he's Indian. He can't help it. Indians they're obsessed with AI. They're just the most AI obsessed people on earth. But he has been doing a lot of base things with bringing back certain people on YouTube, except Nick Fuentes. Neil Mahan let Nick Fuentes back on YouTube for like 5 minutes, and then he rebanned him immediately after. And then after that, I was like, oh my God, we got a real CEO in charge of this bitch, right? But now I'm also hearing that Neil Mahan he's racist against fat people too. He might actually go down as the GOAT for real.
And do live streams and videos about it and make a living that way, that they're stopping you from doing that because you are literally self-harming. So she has no other form of income. So here comes Hero Keem to swoop in, and she could still make a living doing this terrible shit. You don't think she's going to eat and shit there?
Rich is Keem is so like, look how glorious Keem is basking. He got another one. He's like, oh, I bagged another one. They gave me another one of these fat motherfuckers I'm about to milk for money. Oh, I got another. Oh, she had a lot of viewership too. Oh, this is gonna be great for LoCal.
Now he has total control over another person because where she has nowhere else to go.
Collecting them fat E-celebs like they're fucking Infinity Stones.
Oh. This is what he means when he says he has endless people that, yeah.
If you're obese, but you were once a big deal on the internet, Keemstar will come to collect you. He will come. He'll put you in his little LOLCal live circus and make you twerk on camera for like a $20 super chat. He will
people
end
like
up doing that.
People in Discord. Keemstar, name drop one A-list person that you could get to come unironically and stay on this show.
Didn't Amberlin? Hold on, let me see something. Okay, first off, that's a self-felt, as the Kino Bros would say, right? That's a self-own, Rich, right? It's like you're basically admitting that you were not an A-lister. Way to go, Rich. Thank you for confirming the fact that you were a nobody when he picked you up. Like, I know you don't have any A-listers trying to get on your program, Keem. I know, because otherwise I wouldn't have been there. So anyway, we're going to go to Social Blade again. We're going to go to Amberlyn. What's the name of her channel? Is it right here? Right here. Okay, so it's dying, but she had 250,000. And oh yeah, that channel is not looking good. Yeah, she had fallen off. She fallen off as a big girl tends to do when they stumble a little bit. But no, Rich has basically just confirmed that he's a nobody. He was a nobody, and that's why he ended up getting picked up by Keemstar.
You couldn't even keep Dad. No offense to him, I like him. He's a nice guy. But it's not like he's A-list. Oh, I'm sure they keep.
Oh, she privated everything. Oh, okay, damn. She burned it for real.
He would even admit.
I kind of respect that. It's like, fuck it. All right, fine, Neil. You're gonna take away my gravy train, my literal gravy train that I used to buy all the gravy I pour on everything that I eat. Well, fine. You don't make any money either, Buster.
That as well. So you get these people because they can't do anything. They can't go out and make any kind of living on this platform without your show. And that's how you want it.
You barely do that.
So when he says that he is...
If Keemstar was actually like... If Keemstar had been serious about paying Rich anything, like giving Rich a couple dollars or whatever, he would have stayed 100%. If Rich had like given him like some pity bucks and actually invested on building Rich up as like a mainstay lolcow on his roster, Rich would still be there.
All these people, sure he does, but not the A-listers like he wants you to think that he has. He has these
Hey, Mikey, how long were you around in the sector? I wouldn't say that I was around in the sector. I've never been part of it or participating in it. I've just been an observer for years. I want to say, I guess I could say skeptic, but it's like pre-skeptic. I guess it's pre the rise of the Sargonian skeptics, right? I want to say that because technically the skeptic community never really went away, and it didn't start with Sargon's clique or anything. It's just the anti-SJW era skeptics as we knew it back in the early 10s and whatnot. We usually affiliate that with Sargon, so I would really call it more the Sargonian era of the skeptics, because he really was like a lot of people orbiting around him, and the fall of the skeptic community as we knew it back then does correlate very strongly with both a lot of people from back then just kind of imploding. But I'm sorry, I just dropped something. But Carl in general, his political campaign imploding was when things really fell apart for the skeptics. So that's why I kind of like mark the epoch as like his rise and fall. Now he hasn't really fell. He still has like the Lotus shit. He actually makes more money now than he did back then. He's more popular now too. But the skeptic community as we knew it, yeah, that died. That's gone. Worski too is arguably more successful now than he was back then. So
yeah, they're all clowns. Basile, I wouldn't say is a clown, but
Shoe on Head days. Well, Shoe on Head wasn't a main. Here's the funny thing: Shoe on Head is like, I won't say she's a big deal. She's very successful now, but back then, I don't know. I kind of knew her. Well, she was known as like knockoff Boxy and Armored Skeptic's girlfriend, even though she did like get good views. But back when Armored Skeptic was actually popping before he became a nobody, which literally correlates. Like the worst career decision Armored Skeptic made was breaking up with Shoe on Head during the COVID epidemic, and that was a mistake because now he has no view. Well, he doesn't have any views. He fell off super hard while she went on to get even higher success, and she got married and she had kids with another nigga. So he's looking goofy. And the 18-year-old, I think how old she was, that he broke up with her to date instead. He also broke up with her, so he's bitchless. So he's bitchless and he doesn't get views like that anymore, and he's irrelevant, and Shu is literally living her best life, happily married with a kid in a very successful YouTube channel. So yeah, she came out way better off. She's probably the most successful person to come from the post-skeptic era, because not only does she have a successful career, she also is like, she's in a way better relationship than she was before.
But he's a piece of shit.
You're showing me his head. Come on.
Idea. That was the chat's idea. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is 9 p.m.
Like, Xylee, you're better than this, man. Don't respect him the way you do.
She's not, though. Like, if she was better than that, she wouldn't be on the fucking show. Like, straight up. If you're on LolCal Live, you deserve to be there. That's how I feel about it. Same thing. Same thing with what was I about to say? It's the same thing with Rich being on LolCal Live. Rich, you were on LolCal Live because that was where you were supposed to be. That's the universe telling you that you were a has-been, right? If Keem puts you on his fucking program to dance and do cartwheels for his audience for a couple donos, that means that you're done. You're cooked. Your career doesn't.
You get real fired if you don't let Keem control you. He did it to Rich and David J. He did it to Jay too. In the end, he did it to Jay.
Not really. Keem wasn't controlling Jay like that. Jay was 100% puppet mastering a lot of the shit that went on with LolCal Tech Talk. Rich, I don't know why Rich still gives Jay the benefit of the doubt. Jay 100% was just like trying to fuck Rich over and get back at him for trying to destroy him all of last year. Not all of last year, all of 2024, right? It's like, that's what that was about. Also, Keemstar 100% didn't control David Jaffe. David Jaffe basically burned LolCal Tech Talk, whatever the fuck was it called? What was the sequel show? Anyway, David Jaffe burned the show he had under Keemstar to the ground because he's a millionaire who made God of War and Twisted Metal, and he doesn't need to be subservient to Keemstar like everybody else who works for Keemstar had to.
Cal Plus. Starting on January 1st.
Yeah, if like David Jaffe, me, Jay, if he can't actually control you, like that's why he has all these games of firing people, because he knows that this is all they have. So he could fire him, rehire him. It makes more content for the show. He doesn't care he's making someone miserable.
Does he really make him miserable, though? I mean, it's just a gimmick now. A gimmick of the show is that Rich is gonna Vince McMahon you and just randomly fire you because, I don't know, you farted on stream and like you chased 50 viewers away.
And everyone knows that Keemstar is a piece of shit. They're like, oh, wow, you're reaffirming for the 7,000th time that a piece of shit is a piece of shit. Thank you, Rich. And I'm not saying that to dismiss you, man. Don't take what I'm saying as, being like a wise ass towards you. It's just, Keemstar is well known for being who he is. No one will be shocked by anything anymore.
Come on. So to finally put the nail in the coffin and do what was meant to do and open.
Yeah, she is desperate to do anything but actually get a job. They were desperate.
Rich! Now, come on, bro. Now, come on, man. You can't do that, dude. She is desperate to do anything but get a real job. Richard. Now, come on, buddy. We can't say that. We can't talk like that about other fat people on the internet, right? She's the one who's trying to do anything but get a real job. It's her. Definitely not you. You definitely aren't doing everything you can to have to go back to a 9 to 5. 100% not. No, that's Amber Lynn's fault. That's something that Amber Lynn does. That's something Boogie does. You would 100% go back and work at retail or at a gym or whatever if this YouTube shit didn't work out. You definitely don't fucking try and grift your fans and beg for money or beg for them to help you pay your fucking light bill or for a new car. You definitely didn't do that.
To have someone like her, because her mental instability will mean that their shows will have content.
You're definitely not mentally unstable, Rich. You're definitely the most mentally stable. Did Amberlynn Reid ever have like a period where she spent a whole year crashing out on like a former business partner? Did Amberlynn Reid ever do that? Because I remember you doing that.
which means
And I remember you setting your whole channel on fire
they
because
can continue to make money. That is all they are excited about. There is nothing else. He does not look like he's excited for anything, and he's a pedophile.
just throwing, again, just casually throwing out pedo accusations. Like, you're just throwing them from a glass house. Again, I'm not saying that Richard Masucci is a pedophile. I'm saying if we are to just say based on a bit of evidence that somebody's automatically a pedophile, there's more evidence for Richard Masucci being a pedophile than almost anybody else, with the exception of maybe somebody like Vito, who just like, he just brags about it.
That is where the enthusiasm is coming from. I said what the fuck I said.
In with the next chapter, I mean, you were watching the show, obviously. You've seen.
Who is he talking about? He's talking about LolCal Live. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing about Rich. The reason why he doesn't watch LolCal content for the same reason that I watch LolCal content, for the reason you guys in the chat watch LolCal content, where we're just having fun watching people who are just dysfunctional do dysfunctional things, and we have our little giggles and we go back. Rich does this shit because he wants to feel better about himself. Rich does this shit because talking about Phil will always make him feel like he's doing something good, like he's in a good place in life, even though he's not. He's just as much of a failure as Phil, arguably worse, because again, Phil managed to actually like get married and not just like leave the mother of his children as baby mama. Phil doesn't live with his parents. Phil actually owns his own home, right? Phil doesn't, well, hold on. I can't give Phil too much credit, but it's like they're basically on the same level of nigga, right? The same level of LolCal, the same tier, right? So he's in no position to talk down to Phil, just like he's really in no position to talk down to Boogie, who does make more money than him. Boogie objectively makes more money than him. Wings objectively makes more money than him. They're also less bitch made than him because both of those dudes got into a ring to fight each other, unlike Rich, who ran away from his fight with the quartering because he's bitch made. He's broke and he's a bitch, right? Just terrible combo, right? And he just talks about all these other LolCals because doing that makes him feel like he's makes him feel like he's a better person. Like, makes him feel like he hasn't fucked up in life. Even though you have, Rich, you have 100% fucked up in life, right? You're doing terribly. I have more people right now watching my stream. I have as many people watching my streams as you about have on average, right? And it's not me bragging, even though I do appreciate all you guys for watching and all that. But I'm just saying, dude, you, a veteran of this game, who used to have a 1 million sub channel before you deleted it, and you still have like a 75K sub channel, you should be fucking running circles around me, bro. But you don't even have basic internet cardio shit, dude. I should be like, my little sub 20K sub channel shouldn't be outperforming yours like this.
Billy, Xylee, Tina, Mike, and Boogie being the
I ain't got time for any of that shit. Maybe in 2015 I would have been retarded and tried to do that. I ain't got time for that now.
You're not retarded now. He's not retarded now.
Only ones that were here at the beginning.
He used to be retarded back in 2015. 2025, nah, he's wise now. He knows a thing or two about a thing or two these days.
Complete the full year. And to set you up for a full...
Oh, yeah, Phil didn't blind the child.
...year of 2026, I mean, I think people are going to be fucking hyped.
I hope so.
Until you implode, and then they'll have to find the next mentally unstable person. You are content for the rest of the shows to make money. If it wasn't for you, this show may not have continued. So, you are Becky Boop 2.0.
I'm a little nervous because I know the haters are going to come and they're going to take over. So just beware.
It's just so weird how he keeps saying LolCal Live is done. LolCal Live is cooked. Oh, Keemstar, he can't do it anymore. Keemstar is done for real this time, guys. It is like all of Keemstar is like consistently been outperforming you, bro. Like Keemstar, LolCal Live consistently does better numbers then literally all of your streams, dude. Like, what do you mean?
Text with me.
We built
They're
this.
upset.
This universe runs on that.
Yeah, we run on the hate. That's the whole point of what we built this for. So,
I get it.
Panda Lee was 17. Was she? If so, shit.
Not new to that for sure.
Fake cancer. Trust me, it works.
The reason why I've heard that before, that Panda Lee was 17. The reason why I don't like, I don't know, it could be true. The reason why I've never given it that much credence, because I feel like that would be something that people would consistently bring up all the time, like what they do with Low Tier God. Like sometimes Low Tier God will just post something on Twitter and somebody will post under it, she was 17, Dale. So, you know, I just, I don't know, it could be true.
Sorry,
Smokey.
I actually had cancer a few years ago, so.
But see, if you were faking it, it would be making money.
Here we go. Here we go.
Money. Real money doesn't make money.
No, people thought I was faking it, and I was like, oh my God, who would do
that? See, this is a good find. Amberlynn Reed is going to be a good addition to this roster, to this circus, right? Look at the banter. She's already got it. Who would fake cancer? What type of who would do such a thing? Faking cancer?
Crazy.
Amberlynn Reed, are you attending fat camp?
Oh my God, this is so pathetic. This is so pathetic. I'm telling you, I am 100% right about all of my predictions with this.
At Luis Ramirez or 5VG donated $5 through Super Chat.
She refused to disclose her age when she started dating Phil in an interview. I mean, that could also just be like, nah, she wasn't old enough. Okay, maybe. I don't know why she wouldn't. Well, I mean, if somebody just has like the date of her birth, well, even then, right? I don't know. I guess it's one of those fuzzy things about DSP lore that a lot of people speak on, and that could be true. But again, I feel like if there was like something concrete, something like made it without a shadow of a doubt, nobody would ever let it go. Like, Phil, what the fuck? You were in your late 20s. She was 17. What the fuck?
Remember when H3 made the content?
I remember the video.
I mean, she did say it in an interview. It's not like she's a woman who's like middle-aged and she's like asking a woman of that age what her actual age is rude, right? It's like, just say you're fucking 18 if you were 18. 32 Frex 66C, thank you for the $5. What the hell is this TTS sound? I saw Holden pause all night. What the fuck does that mean? Rich is a weirdo, bro. Yeah, all of his super chats are nothing but it's some deep voiced black guy saying gay shit, basically.
Video, I didn't know the time.
Because that's what gets him off.
6 days later, the George Floyd stuff happened, which made all of the attention leave Keem low.
No, I don't remember the timing of it. I remember that content nuke, though.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't know. To be honest, it depends on location.
Okay.
Because I'm fat. I'm more than fat. So
yeah, I see. Look at all these slender people that became so slim from fat camp. Oh, wait, didn't happen.
Well, it's not about actually getting them to lose weight, because who gives a fuck about that? Who gives a fuck about Boogie getting healthy or Wings getting healthy? Even though Boogie has lost some weight, for real. Boogie actually has lost. See, Boogie actually has lost weight since he joined LOLCal Live. There actually has been there's been a lot of benefits to Boogie joining LOLCal. Not only does he have like a steady-ish paycheck, he's lost a lot of pounds, right? So, but it's not really about that. It's about making content. So it's like Keem is asking Amberlynn Reed. It's like, hey bitch, you trying to come and make this content? You trying to come and make this money? Fat Camp with Amberlynn Reed would actually do pretty good, actually.
Who didn't go to fat camp and lost over 100 pounds? That would be me. Power beats off to me.
Oh my fucking lord, dude. It's like the applause button is bad enough, but now he's starting to combo it, right? He's starting to combo the applause button with like other applause buttons. He won't stop.
Sacrifice.
All right, I'm done. It's getting annoying to me.
Even he thinks it's annoying. Even he thinks the fucking applause button is the worst thing ever, but he won't stop it because I don't know. I think it's like the chicken. It's part of his brand. It's like ReviewTechUSA name. I don't actually review tech, but I've had it for so long. I can't get rid of it now. It's just, it's just part of the brand. I feel like he would actually get better viewership if he just made a stream. If he made a video of him destroying his sound, whatever, his sound box, and like, okay, guys, we're never going to hear the applause button ever again. I feel like he would get better viewership overnight. I really do.
It's hard for me to travel, so.
Listen, Amber, if we got Billy there, it was like Operation Dumbo Drop, okay? We had to lower him in a crate, but he got there, okay? He got there.
It was a nice crate.
And the pacemaker and all the bullshit. And if Billy...
God, I'm so glad I stuck to my guns and didn't go to Fat Cam.
Rich, you were never going to... Like, what do you... Why does he think that he was a valuable asset? He thinks that, like, he was a valuable asset of, like, Keem's business model. Like, Keem actually was counting on him to make money. Bro, you were there for him to milk a little bit of money out of you and for Jay to be able to clown on you. That's that's why you were at LolCow, dude. That's the only reason you were there. You weren't like a key piece to anything. You stuck to your guns. You wouldn't have, like, signed up to work with Keemstar after talking shit about him for years.
I am so glad. It would have been, and again, especially because Becky showed up there. She lies about sexual assault, literally, she's that awful of a person. I would not want to be. I don't care if we were in a cafeteria, a football field away from each other. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near her because I don't trust her. She literally did it to Richie Dubs, not me. Nothing good came from that, and many may argue too that it did end. That was like even though the show barely just started. That made...
So just a reminder too, the reason why Rich would end up, Keem, the reason why, we're going to wrap the stream up in a bit, guys. The reason why Keem would end up bringing Becky on anyway was because Rich was like talking shit about Boogie. Really, that was it, really, is that he was just talking shit. He was like, who the fuck do you think you are, Rich? So he decided to show Rich something. He decided to get in contact with Becky Boop. And Rich, like, Keemstar giving Becky Boop a career, making Becky Boop relevant for like 15 minutes was purely just him getting back at Rich for talking shit.
LolCow implode.
Whoa!
Violation. Now putting us how many members we at? We're at 36. I feel like in a different timeline, well, you're kind of insane. If you were less insane, I feel like I would maybe be friends with Ames.
What?
Made it there.
Okay, sure. In a different timeline, where I wasn't a retarded LolCow, I would 100% be friends with Ames. Definitely. So, wow, we still got over 400 people watching. That's awesome, actually. I appreciate you guys for coming out. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so anyway, I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm probably going to stream tomorrow too, and if not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, because I want to there will be a Jeremy, a quartering leftover stream, 100%, guys, 100%. I am not gonna let my foot off, because there is some shit that I had to leave out of the doc just because it was taking up too much space, right? You know how it gets. You know how it be. I like to make things condensed. It could have been a 2-hour documentary, but you know, I hate having to. I like to just say what I want to say in like a very compact amount of time and then be done with it. So look forward to that either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It's gonna be sometime before 2026, before New Year's. And one more thing before I go, I just put it in the link to the. Hold on, let me put it back on stream for you guys. Right here, right here, right here. Mikey No More streams. This is where all the streams go. You can find all the VODs here. This one will also go here as soon as I end it. And that's it. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming around. I'll see you later.